Welcome back to Stories to D4. As always, I'm your Dungeon Master, Matthew, and I'm happy to have you back at the table. It's been a little while, but we finally have everyone back here. All 5 of my wonderful players, the full guild of the Defiant Smiles. Before we get started with today's session, we have just a few announcements and then a recap of last week's events. Welcome back, everyone. You glad to be here?
Yeah.
How was your, did you have a good time? Have a happy new year and all that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jake, I saw you.
Exactly.
You rolled 10 nat
You
ones. You did
ruined
not
my
have
new
a
year.
good New
No,
Year.
no, boo, I'm just teasing.
That was a
gonna
little
go get a
harsh.
drink.
It was. I came out swinging and I apologize. Go ahead and bring everybody in, Alex.
It's okay, I'm just crying.
But I do hope all of you here in chat, or if you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and say this in the comments. Welcome back to Amanda and Clella. I'm glad to have you guys back. Very excited to have the full party together. There's some secret dice passing, and I'll allow it.
What is that?
Like I said,
Yeah.
I have just a few announcements before we get started here today. First things first.
So you can roll.
Do you see how many I have? They're mad at me because apparently I rolled 4.
First things first, at least 4 of my players have done some very excellent work behind the scenes, helping getting the studio set up, helping with just some things behind the scenes. And as such, our whole table has earned a bicycle, sort of our DM inspiration, but persistent system that we use. So go ahead, I'm gonna take 3, pass them down.
Here, you can have mine.
No.
Yeah.
Because we bullied Connor off screen.
No, I don't
Yes,
want
it is almost exclusively because of Connor and Jake
it
bullying.
Humble on screen.
Give it to Victoria.
So,
She has
you all have been wonderful. We really appreciate you coming by and watching our games, coming on these adventures with us, and supporting us here on Twitch. Every subscription really helps us out. If you have access to Amazon Prime and you're willing to, if you want to support the channel, but you can do that absolutely for free with your Prime subscription by subbing with Prime. It doesn't renew automatically, so if you're subbed with Prime already, now would be a wonderful time to resub if that's expired.
Yep. It's for free.
It is free. We have a goal. Once we've hit 25 subs, there'll be a progress bar on later screens. We're going to be doing a Battlesphere one-shot. We'll announce a date where some of our players are going to get together and do a high-level, intense combat in the planar traveling Battlesphere.
Should be some interesting characters.
There's going to be Connor's character I am very excited about. I'm showing my bias here. Connor, I'm going to set the expectations very high on you.
No pressure.
Any hints?
Oh no, lots of pressure. Connor, there are millions of folks who are expecting
millions.
greatness.
All of America's watching.
All of America.
All of
All
the
America.
world.
Oh my god.
The Atlanteans want to know.
Can we get one of those numbers like for American Idol? Just have people call in to vote.
I would absolutely love that. And we actually do have something sort of like that. Every Sunday here on Stories to D4, we run a show called Footnotes. This week, Clella will be joining us, and along with them, we're going to be talking about our first subscriber reward. So we're doing our first sort of drawing this weekend. Every month, we're going to be doing a drawing for a person who subscribed or a patron for our channel. What you get for this, I will reach out and we'll be able to talk a little bit about maybe a game that you're currently playing in or a type of monster you're interested in. I'll make a custom monster stat block, kind of suited to whatever you're interested in. If you're not playing a game but you still want to make one, that's totally fine. We'll chat about that monster on Footnotes. I'll make sure to get you that stat block, maybe a little bit of flavor to go along with it. And if you, if you and I enjoy the concept, we could even have it maybe show up here on Stories to D4. I think with that, I get to talk about next week. No, I have one more thing. I didn't forget Victoria. We also have all of our characters have our emotes unlocked for all tier 1 subscribers. So if you're a sub with us on Twitch, we can see all of their lovely fictional faces there in chat, alongside the girl boss emote, which haunts me in my dreams. Also, we're very excited that we've got some new emotes coming down the pipeline. We do take votes on our Discord, which is free to join. So hop in there. We'd love to hear your feedback. And with that, let's talk about what happened last time on Stories to D4. When last we met, the Defiant Smiles were in a battle. Within the alleys of Scheldt, they had been attacked by a group of brigands led by Jared, an old foe of the Smiles. The shambling undead and strange displacer beast that they've met proved quite a challenge, and in the end, one of the Defiant Smiles actually went unconscious and was stolen away by one of the brigands. Chasing after Elle, unfortunately, they lost the brigand in question and were forced to return to the surface in order to protect their charge, Iris Perkins. Taking Gwynwyn and Iris over to a local instance of the King's Prism, a safe haven owned by Iris, they were able to ensure her safety and allow Gwynwyn to participate in their day's mission, heading off to meet with one of the alchemists of the Flask of Midas. With Iris safe, my party descended here into the tunnels beneath Scheldt, into what they would later learn were actually intended for servants at some point in time. Looking around, they found a number of strange things, possibly one of the most important things, Pizza Rat. As they proceeded through, they also encountered a strange creature known as a Furbolg. This man, Yerf, was protecting some sort of gambling den run by a woman named Doris, who the party has yet to meet face to face. Continuing on, they eventually made their way into the hideout of the brigands who had stolen away with Liliae Arendral. Busting through the door, finding a prison filled with all sorts of kidnapped nobles and other citizens of Eltz, the party had this massive fight facing off against assassins and bandits and even a raging barbarian, using a combination of fear-based magic, a bit of guile, and quite a bit of grappling. Just a considerable amount of grappling. The party was eventually victorious and able to free those in the cells, including a gnomish shopkeeper by the name of Miss Vanilla Bean. However, proceeding into the final room within that hideout, they encountered an old enemy who had been plaguing their journey ever since the group met. Xerathol, a Goliath necromancer. Facing off against Xerathol was not quite as bloody at first as they had expected, as Xerathol had some questions for Ismini. Some involving a strange egg which he had procured, an odd scaled and orange thing. Unfortunately, Ismini was not certain of its origin, and Xerathol made a quick decision. He had saw that the party was present, and the odds were a little too unfavorable for his liking, and so he chose a retreat to continue the Undercroft's plans rather than earn money ransoming the nobles in the cells in the other room. The party was delayed by a group of ghouls as well as a couple of drow left behind by Xerathol as he made his escape. After defeating them and the drow escaping, the party now is catching their breath here beneath the tunnels of Scheldt. Laurentius, you are currently making death saving throws.
Yep.
Silas, I believe you're a little injured. Not terribly, right?
Okay.
Not really. And Ismini is in a state of wrath as Liliae is currently lying on a wooden table, a bright flame hanging just above her head, and she's unmoving. Gwynwyn, you're still on your mission.
Yeah.
It's RPA.
I'm like,
We're both
Excellent.
We're just hanging out.
Hitting you with a stick.
Taking it out.
Team solidarity, that's what this is.
Honestly, lazy. That's what I see. On the ground.
Also, I'd like to welcome our dear friend Jason here in chat, otherwise known as Uncle Nuri, one of our longtime players and a very dear friend.
I'll keep the roast to a minimum this time, Jason.
Oh, I won't.
Poor Jason.
All right, Silas, Ismini, what are you doing here? Thorn is currently bleeding out. A sickly.
Do I need to make another
You
one?
worry about
no,
that.
you made one right at the end, so I'm giving them a
Oh,
few seconds
okay.
before continuing.
You can do the potion, or will I?
No, I've got it. I've got a wolf spell. I'm gonna.
No. Healing potion immediately.
We got a minute.
No, he'll die. I'm gonna use a healing potion.
Excellent.
2d4?
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. You all see as Silas sees Ismini kneels over the injured dwarf. Drow. Dwarf, there are no dwarves
All right,
here.
I'm not that tall, but also not that short, so.
Ismini, you take a moment to restore your ally back to working order, as it were. You do hear off back where you came from. It's muffled a fair bit through that heavy wooden door. But you do hear the sounds, not of violence, but of sort of angry shouting going on. You hear, in the distance, you hear the runic knight you rescued last session, seems to be talking with someone out there. But As far as you can tell, it's not swords and steel.
I'm gonna kind of stand up and use Silas and like shaky knee, like.
You get to my knee. That's it, though.
Yeah, well, I was like grabbing on your cloak, I guess.
It's fair.
I'm
Pull
gonna
myself
go to Eltz.
There's
Do I see breathing?
Go ahead and give me a quick medicine check. Just a quick refresher for those of you who may not remember. The room you're currently in is this sort of long, almost laboratory-like structure. It has been sort of hastily put together. There looks to be like things have been starting to be placed here, but were intended to go longer term than they have.
Can I flick Elle on the forehead and see if she responds?
Walking over, you'll be heading over, but first, what was that roll?
18.
With an 18, Ililia Arundral is not breathing.
Ooh!
Dum,
Don't worry. Silas knows CPR.
Head moves, but it does not respond.
Ooh, no!
I don't know what's happening.
Looking around
there's an
at the
entire
the
fire.
table.
What's the
with
deal
that
with the-
18? She's laying down horizontally. That's a very good question. I apologize.
No, it's all good.
Laying down on top of this long oaken table. You see all of your equipment is still here. The sword itself is the only thing removed and is currently leaning up against the wall just to one end near her boots. Elle is laying there. Just above her head is a small flame. It's on the table. It's not touching her skin or her hair. In the center of it, there seems to be some sort of bright red-orange oblong shape that appears to be the center or source of this fire. As you sit here crackling, Elle is eerily still.
May I try to see if this is some kind of illusion or necromancy magic to make it appear as if Elle is dead?
Interesting. This would be an Arcana check, and if you have access to detect magic, that would be a considerably you get more information.
It would take me 10 minutes. Oh, no. I have a spell slot. Do I have it prepared? Hang on. I don't think I didn't prepare to
Can
detect
I-
magic.
I don't know anything about medicine, but can I just try to see if I can find a pulse? She's not breathing, but it's...
Yes, well, that would be a medicine check. Absolutely,
Okay.
kind of checking that.
Just Arcana.
So
Oh, never mind.
With that 18 from before, I want to mention there's no visible wounds on her, short of some scrapes and bruises you saw from before in the battle. There is the worst wound was that there looks to be a bit of bleeding on her left shoulder where that bandit's mace took her down a bit ago. Oh, a bicycle
right.
already. I'll take
I'm
that.
sorry. This is important.
it's your bicycle.
Yeah.
I did use it.
Did you actually give it away?
Yeah, I did.
That's very sweet of you, Connor.
I'm going to
Sweet.
use mine on you now.
What was your
you already know
medicine check?
that.
9.
9, you placing your fingers just underneath her jawline. You don't feel a pulse, but you're also not certain if you're doing this
Yeah,
correctly.
it's just like on her cheek. I don't feel anything, guys.
25.
25, and this is on the Arcana check. Looking over at this, you quickly just gently tap her forehead. A little bit of warmth coming off of the flames, but it's not nearly hot enough. But there is warmth, so you don't necessarily think it's an illusion, or if it is an illusion, it's tricking your brain into feeling warmth even. She's not cold to the touch, though. You go grasp her hands, and there's still warmth to them.
I, Victoria, may know the name of the spell that is being used here, if it is a spell. I rolled a 25. Can I guess the spell?
You can ask about a specific spell, absolutely.
Would it potentially be Feign Death?
No, it does not appear that she's currently under the effects of feigned death.
Can I use my
Okay.
mage hand and just kind of poke the
Cylinder.
fire thing, the cylinder?
As you reach a very light amount of force,
like Elf's
are you
dad,
touching
like-
the thing inside the fire?
Yeah.
Inside the fire, there is a small object of some sort that you tap, and it almost surprising how much it moves over to the side and drifts back onto the table.
Ooh.
Can I pick it up with my mage hand and pull it off?
As you pick it up, begin pulling it away. As you do so, the mage hand, as it's sitting near it, begins to flicker.
Ooh, can I
and
get
this-
ready to catch it if
You're
it
fine.
falls?
Absolutely. You begin pulling this. It's only about 2 or 3 feet away from Elle before the mage hand dissipates. Elle, your heart begins beating and you regain consciousness. Silas, you're catching this?
Yeah.
It's a little hot to the touch. I'm going to ask you to make a con save in about a minute about this. But as you're holding it, there is a feather in this fire. It is very hot.
I am.
Fire fall. Feather fall. Feather fire.
I immediately am going to sit up.
Yep.
I'm on a table. Is that an egg?
That's the first thing you notice?
It is a very
That's
large
the first
egg.
thing you notice.
Not that Gwynwyn's not there?
Can I check
Did they
if she's
kill
breathing?
Gwynwyn?
No. Gwynwyn is.
You put your hand in front of Elle's mouth, absolutely
Put a-
breathing.
I
put a
will
spoon
bite
under
you.
her
I
nose?
will bite
Okay,
you.
we're good.
I feel like someone flicked me in the forehead. Also, probably just a wound from the fight.
Yeah, you fell right on your face when you got knocked out. so
I'm
that's
okay.
probably what it was.
So that's that feather. A feather.
If you think it's common enough or you just want to talk about it, you can
I
just talk.
think it's a
I'm
phoenix
fine.
feather.
It does appear to be a phoenix feather, though what ensorcelled nature it has, you're not certain of.
Can
Let's
I?
go find
Are you gonna eat this
Gwynwyn.
This is not what
Damn.
phoenix
Wait,
feathers
what's there?
are famous for doing.
As I get off the table, can I just feel for right here?
Oh,
Is that
would you roll a d4 for me?
sure?
Which limb doesn't work?
No. A 1?
You have 2 points of exhaustion at the moment.
Ooh, cool.
Not too bad.
Okay, so she can still walk. Like, there's a point.
But,
in
Uh,
that doesn't.
He's just slower.
You will see
Feet half
Elle
forever.
sits up and just kind of rubs, kind of like upper belly. Is that fair
Yeah,
to say?
at the top of, right at the bottom of my rib
Oh my
cage,
god, did
basically.
he take her kid?
You look absolutely drained to the rest of your party.
Well, she wasn't in an ice bath.
You
I think
you
we're
do
okay.
feel very much like you've if you've been sick, the worst illness of your life, the aches, the absolute absence of strength
Okay.
has pushed through you, but you do feel it slowly is fading away.
Do I feel like that,
Pulsing.
yeah.
There's a pulsing oddity well within your core. Is just it's imagine a beacon, a light that is always on, temporarily flicking out, and the wrongness of it.
I don't like that. I feel like this is a bad place, and I would really like to know.
Do you need some water?
Can we
or-
get out of
Do
here?
Yeah,
a
is there,
silence Constitution
water?
saving throw as you're holding this thing.
I assume someone has water.
16?
I'll hand you
16,
a flask.
not a problem. As you're holding this, you do begin.
It's
Your hand
scotch.
starts to burn a little bit, but you take 1 point of fire damage as you're holding this burning phoenix feather.
Can I just try to hold it with my mage hand, or does it dissipate again?
You begin holding it. About 6 seconds later,
Damn.
Catch it.
How?
there are wooden floors in here.
So.
It's burning a little bit. It's not a massive roaring
Can
flame.
can I hold up a bit of wood to it and see if it catches on them?
You hold a bit of wood. You grab, let's say, you want to pop off one of the legs on one of the small tables on the side.
Sure.
Because you can put in the flame in there, it takes a little while. This is a particularly weak feeling flame. Like I said, it doesn't feel super hot when you're close to it. So it's a little bit smaller than you would expect.
So
But it does burn.
Have like a blanket or a cloth we can
Well,
wrap it in.
Do we still? The iron's gonna get hot, but the ball that came with the spicy bomb,
You do have an empty iron sphere.
Oh, there you go.
Bloom,
it's gonna get hot eventually. But at least we have a second.
are you latching it closed?
I
No.
don't think
No.
we should.
No.
No.
Okay.
Let the gas escape.
Don't have a
I
phoenix
think we
feather
should
ball.
wrap it in something.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, close it.
Is there a fancy rug in here or some sort of tapestry?
You close it?
No. They said no. I
Okay.
would have.
The alchemist is not there.
Did y'all kill Jared?
No.
Okay.
We also didn't kill Xerathol.
Xerathol?
Yeah. We'll
There,
talk.
there was a barbarian.
You guys were really intimate earlier. You didn't know? Xerathol? You guys were real close.
Should we
a
go?
minute ago.
There's
Yeah.
vanilla bean and everyone. We should,
Oh
we
yeah.
should go.
Okay.
fill
Yeah.
you in. You're
We'll talk about this later.
Women's alive, you're alive, we're good. Let's go meet some people.
Okay.
Are you good to
know-
walk? Do I need to over the shoulder?
No, I can walk. I can walk.
The room you're in, on one side, there is an open door, which you see leads to some sort of rocky, craggy sort of cave. But on the far side, you do see a singular torch leading into what pretty clearly is the sewers. And then looking to the right where your friends are headed is another wood door with a stone arch around it, where all the voices are coming from.
I would ask I'm not going to ask any more questions. Everything should be explained later, I assume. Are we
Underground. Let's go.
Okay, sure. Let's lead the way. I'm so tired.
Should come back here.
As you open up the door, the sound of all these different voices chattering and confused, you hear the muffled sounds of people hollering. As you step into this next room, you see an entire squad, maybe 2, of Eltzian guards. Several familiar faces among the brigands who are now tied up. You see one of them is kneeling next to one of the brigands and is like just shakes his head as he covers one of them with a blanket, who's recently perished. But all of the people are out of their cells. You see the runic knight from before, hand kind of leaning on the wall, smiles, a big handsome man, just kind of looking down at you, just nods as you all step out. Friend in tow.
Yeah. I made sure to grab my stuff, like I know my sword.
Yeah, you grab your sword, grab your backpack. Nothing is missing. Just to let you know that.
That seems worse.
I'll explain.
But as you come out here, you do see most of the people you saw
We have
before.
to take the egg. We need to clarify what we do with the egg.
Right. So okay, if you
Sorry, if we need to
How big is the egg? Okay.
It is solidly 12 to 15 pounds.
Do you have a backpack?
If I dump everything out of my
like
backpack.
a big person, like most you could carry it like under one arm, but you'd have to be very careful. It's generally you'd hold the egg.
I'll hold
I
the
would-
egg.
Okay, fair.
Cool.
I'm about to say I could dump everything out of
Is
my
it a
backpack and
phoenix
box it in size.
The egg itself starts off on the base almost black with rocky-looking scale-like pattern that crescendos into like an orange and then eventually more like a cream. And it just gets brighter as it goes up higher, but most of the way it's orange. You'd call it orange, tan, and beige for most of the gradient.
He didn't
I like that.
tell us what it was. He asked me if I knew what it was.
Xerathol gave you the egg?
Yeah, we
He
can
didn't give
Gave you?
talk about this. Not in
left
front of a
it.
bunch of people.
You'll
Dear friends,
I need to stop
I'm
asking
glad you were
questions.
reunited. The runic knight from before.
You have the egg?
I'm sorry to say Lord Eustace has already stepped away with his...
His name is useless.
It was useless.
That is not entirely an unfair assessment.
Oh, he left. That's too bad.
Miss Bean seems quite a bit happier with him gone.
That's all right, everyone.
Miss Bean, who's chatting with one of the guards, just kind of waves, continuing explaining what happened, sharing her side of the story.
Do I think probably know the name, but do I
Make
recognize
me a history
the
check.
face?
You
Okay.
wouldn't recognize the face, but you can make me a history check to see if you know this big figure. Everyone else rolled it for it last time. That's allowed.
We're gonna roll the new dice.
Ooh.
Thank you, Morgan.
Thanks, Morgan.
That is going to be a 19.
With a 19, Vanilla Bean is a relatively famous purveyor of magical goods and is a noble woman who, born in the Vorok's Empire, often actually travels all around Gren, the continent you currently reside in.
That's Vanilla Bean.
Yeah, we were partially also looking for her prior
It's a
son.
good friend to have.
Miss Bean, would it be okay if we escort you back to your son? He
Oh.
seems rather worried.
I know my way. It's absolutely fine. Now that I've got all of my things, and now that you've handled this, I'll be okay. But I do appreciate.
Even if you
Do
wouldn't
you
mind
have
the
like
company?
a walker or a cane that you use that we
Can I
could
punch
find
him in
for
the
you?
arm incredibly weakly?
Ah, I have 6 HP.
You're gonna
I'm
break
wearing-
You're going to break his egg. She has a moment where she thinks about Dragonborn for a second, decides better of it, continues the conversation.
We would like to give you the company if you wouldn't mind it.
We probably
It's always nice to travel with friends.
Well, it's only a few minutes from here, so I suppose that would be fine.
I can deal with the guards and just talk to them about what happened here too. Because we did go into another room and bring back a very injured person.
I'll stay with you, but I'm gonna hand Lilier the phoenix feather ball.
It's not sealed. It is very hot to the touch. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Sorry.
2 points of exhaustion is.
Yes. Oh, you were at half hit
disadvantage.
points, by the way.
Disadvantage and half speed
You have to walk.
So I have disadvantage.
on
I
all
don't.
ability checks.
Oh, this is a
Not
saving
saving?
throw.
Oh, saving their
Number 3
Is saving.
is attack
saving
rolls and saving
Yeah.
throws.
So you can just dash.
I think I should be decent. That's a 21.
That's a pass. You take 2 points of fire damage. You're at half health, so that you know where you are.
Cool.
Didn't think it was that hot. Sorry.
No, it's you. It's an active fire that has not stopped. You put it in a metal ball.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Additionally, every couple minutes, I'm going to ask you to make another one of these saves. You're just kind of you're
uh,
actively hot potatoing an
Do
iron
these
sphere.
iron things have like a little strap or leather
Should I take it
or
back?
like a
Yeah,
hinge?
you want to make a little. Someone want to make me a dexterity check because you try to rig up something using a bit of rope to not directly contact.
I'll
this.
hold it while you do it.
Okay, that's definitely
I
better
can-
than my strategy, which was to rip something and just wrap it around it. Or
Do you want me to do that for you?
yeah,
Someone roll a dex check for me.
I
You seem a little.
Is
Just a
Nutty?
check,
Go ahead and
yeah.
roll that check for me, please.
Do I get bless?
You still
No.
have us, right?
No.
16.
I missed it
16.
already.
Great. Takes you a little bit. You take a bit of rope and are able to dangle this. You stick here. If this stays on here for about an hour, you'll destroy this piece of rope, but that's pretty much nothing.
Improvised weapon.
You could hit someone with
Hot
that.
mace.
It would do a solid D4 of fire damage.
Hot
Hot
mace.
mace.
Yeah. We'll stay behind.
Talk
and
to
the
women about
guards.
spikes.
Yeah. Before you head out, don't be afraid to ask about what's in here.
what? Oh, what's in here? Oh, okay. I'm really tired.
Don't be afraid to ask what's in the ball.
Maybe tell the smart person.
What ball?
We're saying to talk to the guards about.
What ball?
I'll say to talk to the guards. Can you go with them?
No, I don't understand what you're saying, honestly.
What's in the hot ball?
Ask.
You guys are all
Vanilla
being
Bean.
vague.
Yeah, we
Why
are.
are you doing
Vanilla
this?
No,
Bean.
no,
What
no,
the
I meant feather.
What he
No, I know
meant,
what
I'm
she
just
knows
bullying
about.
Jacobs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, you haven't done a crime.
I feel like we always do something in a
You're
program
you're
for some
all
reason.
actively as you're coming through here. Silas, you see the runic knight is trying to get a word in, but some of the people who are in there, you see the sort of butler dressed man from before comes over and just kind of tries to shake your hand, looking over, thanking all the people who are here. Miss Bean checks in with you for a moment. Are you doing okay, dear?
I'm really tired. Like like the most tired I've ever been. And I ran a marathon a few years ago.
Are you jumping right into the fray, or are you going to get some time to rest?
I think we'll have a time to nap.
Okay.
I
She's
think.
got like hot soup in her hands. We gotta go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was wonderful meeting you, and I hope to see you in one of my shops someday.
Do you have a place in town that we could?
I used to have more permanent fixtures until they were damaged in an incident.
Do you have like a business card or something that we could take? We could find you later.
She goes, takes out that bag you saw before with a small, it almost looks like a happy face on the side of it, begins pulling this up, kind of looking through. You watch she sticks her arm deeper. I'm so sorry, this thing it's been on the fritz lately. You watch this gnomish woman easily in her mid to late 300s, sticking her head in. Eventually, there it is. As she pulls out this small brass tube, it looks like a looking glass, although it doesn't appear to extend. So there's a polished piece of black glass and a polished piece of transparent glass on each end. Well, this will only work once, but if you're ever looking to make a purchase, this will help you find me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is Miss Bean's invitation.
The
Nice.
invitation is. How do you use it? This is a Jake question, not necessarily
Oh.
a Silas question.
It's a looking glass. You look through it.
Oh, okay. It was an actual looking
Yes,
glass.
it just doesn't extend.
Okay.
You look through the object.
It's a
I was
kaleidoscope.
thinking you had to like blow on it or something like
but
bubbles.
Break it.
Smash it.
Yeah.
But you
She
see
makes it
there,
in her spare time.
there's a familiar face. The guard from before, the woman who you met in the tunnels who tried to arrest you, is there with what is very clearly, as the plumed helm held at his side will indicate, some sort of commanding officer is there looking around as well.
Yeah, I need to deal with this.
Seems to kind of be waiting near the edge, getting a report from the guards. The guards have been chatting with each of the people who are in the cells, and then you've seen kind of every once in a while, 3 or 4 of the guards will take one of the people and just are beginning to head out of the tunnels towards the surface. Some of them are heading back out into these servant tunnels you saw before. Some others are taking the door you had not taken last session, which leads upstairs to the shop above you.
The Runic Knight hasn't walked out yet.
No, he appears to be waiting for you, Silas.
I was gonna wait.
There doesn't seem to be a sense of urgency, and the guards have generally been pretty positive about you. You can see some of them are kind of giving you smiles.
I wanted to talk to specifically the whole, we were going to be arrested guards to just kind of, check in to say.
Oh, she's here. The lady
Yeah.
who's in charge of them is here. Additionally, the medic who's with them does check in with you for a little bit. So just some basic, it's not magical healing, but basic bandaging, one of them just kind of lets you know the sleeve on your tunic is shot. You're gonna want to get someone to see someone about that.
Fair enough.
But you get some bandages. Nothing too terrible is going on with you there. But then you have the two commanding officers. I'll tell you, it's a sergeant who you met before. And there's also a lieutenant is the other person.
I need to make sure I have money for some bribes.
There's so many guards in this room.
There's so many.
It's such a public place.
And it's also
to
not a
fly.
very wide room,
can
so
we-
you're like, oh, excuse
Can we
me.
go? I'm not liking all
can
the
we maybe
law
just
enforcement.
promise
If you
to make
anyone who wants to walk upstairs, the guards are not currently trying to interrogate you.
Cool.
I want to go start sleeping and
Head back to the.
yeah, I think Thorn and I are gonna head
room?
out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Reasonable.
cool. And I think we just go.
All right.
The plan I think is just go to the base
I
and
kind of
sleep.
put the egg under my coat. A
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
had a cloak. You could go ahead and just kind of walk up there. If you want to make a sleight of hand check for me, it's kind of retroactive here, I think, a little bit.
Almost.
5.
Don't look suspicious.
Sorry, I had to write something down.
Cool.
As Thorn, L, and is meaning you're staying down here as well?
I'm staying.
Thorn and L begin heading upstairs. There are quite a few more guards up there, but they do not stop to interrogate you. A couple of them actually you recognize from the tunnels give a little bit of applause as Thorn emerges. But as you all begin stepping out upstairs, as you're looking, there's a series of what look to be lockers and a pair of massive vaults. Looking at this place is kind of confusing at first, but as you step out, you see that the place you were just in is, now that you're on the streets, you were underneath some sort of structure known as the Silverstone Story. It's in a place where you store things. Yeah. You all step out, heading back downstairs as Meanie begins heading over to the guard sergeant and lieutenant. As she's on her way, Sir Marinel, the runic knight you met before, takes a few steps up to you. Sir, that was quite a bit of fine work you did there.
I couldn't do it without the people around me.
Are you a member of an order?
Should I be? No, I'm not a member of an order, sorry.
Well, you certainly fought to protect someone else, which is what I typically find to be the core prerequisite of knighthood. So, if it is something you ever consider looking into, I'm sure there are a number of folks who would ask for you to squire or learn alongside them. And, well, if you ever find yourself in Carbos and Issel, the Platinum Dragon always has room for more arms and those with strong wills.
I got a favor, a silver favor. I know it's not platinum, but just pulling it out like,
May I see this?
yeah, passing it over.
It is a blessing and a good omen. Apparently you've been, he hands this back, touched by the light of the Platinum Dragon twice, or perhaps even more. Well, I don't know who gave you that. I'm certain they did it for a good reason. I'll be in the city for a while. Hopefully our business here with Tavrith will be short.
Please come see us before you go. You most likely will find us at the Defiant Smiles, but would you need escort back? I know that...
No. I must go speak with my commanding officers to report on this. It is... He kind of looks towards the guards. In spite of what they may say, it isn't a shame to be overwhelmed by numbers. Traveling in groups is much better, and unfortunately I was broken away from the herd.
Before I go, is there anything you might know that these guards might not know about a certain Minotaur, a Kingslayer?
He kind of leans in for a moment, looks at one of the guards who's been kind of like paying attention, just gives him a real stare, and the guard kind of steps back a little bit. Well, there's only so much I can say. I think it is important to note that once the North and the South had a shield. But since that's no longer the case, and only the South has a shield defending it, for him to be so injured is concerning. And as such, I find it likely that Sigurd will be trying to find someone to fill into Erica's shoes.
What?
What?
I asked the right question at the wrong time.
Kalila fully was out of the room when you asked, and I was like, oh, this is going to be mad.
I walked in, and Amanda had a panicked look on her
We
face.
all
And he goes, I'm so sorry. It's I'm not certain where you're from. In the north, the shield, the shield of the north, the protector of the north was previously a woman named Erica Vore.
Yeah, I've heard stories. Everyone's heard of her greatness.
A powerful sorcerer is quite the ally to. Knowing a powerful sorcerer who's a fan of protecting people is quite a convenience to the knight. With her retirement, there's been more work for the Legion as of late.
Is that how you found yourself all the way down south?
Yes, in spite of the fact that we typically keep our affairs affiliated with Issel, King Mudrust reached out for additional assistance to deal with this threat. And we are also here on the advisement of Emperor Venser.
Wait. Emperor?
Yes, Emperor Venser of Bulwark's empire.
Did you just walk by?
I'm sorry. In my brain, I've been calling him King Venser for 3 years.
Oh, he was King Venser in the last campaign.
Okay, never mind. Okay, he's an emperor now. We're panicking over here.
Yeah, my players are all having moments.
I didn't mean to ask these questions.
We are getting some world building of what happened in the last 40 years.
It's been a couple decades. It happens.
Oh, boy.
Is Meanie?
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. Unless do you have a specific question for the guard? Otherwise,
I just wanted to say that I am so sorry for what happened earlier. I believe that I was on the trail of these brigands. We were able to find our friend, but it would have been quite the issue if she was unable to be found. I think that would have caused quite the stir. But anything I can do to make the situation with the homeowners right, I will.
This whole time you kind of been speaking with the woman, the human from before, the woman you met in the tunnels, who's been kind of nodding along, and just keeps trying to stop you. But as you continue going, at this point, her lieutenant takes a step forward. Her lieutenant is a high elven man who kind of stands a little bit closer. He's very tall and slight, and he looks at you and just says, "Madam, I believe there's been a misunderstanding. Well, there was the issue with one of the neighbors here. A bit of a rude interruption is nothing compared to protecting a state asset like Miss Perkins. I am Lieutenant Naden, and I have come here to formally offer our appreciation from the Eltzian military.
Well,
You will be compensated under the order of the Defiant Smiles. Is that name correct?
yes.
Excellent. I will include it in my report. I apologize if it'll take me a little bit to do the paperwork, but I would expect to see quite the ransom. Speaking of ransoms, I should let you know we've found a number of ransom notes that were in various states of completeness. It appears that the intent here was to ransom off the various nobility kidnapped here in Scheldt. Luckily, all of these people have just been here since early this morning, and it is not, as far as we can tell, been a consistent operation.
Okay, good. We had.
Were there more people further in? He gestures some of his guards keep moving.
Yes, but they went further into a tunnel structure. We weren't able to follow them. It was blocked off.
If I could have your time for about 10 minutes getting their descriptions.
Absolutely.
All right. With
I will
that,
describe every detail of the drought that I saw.
speaking with Gariel Naden, you spend some time working. You describe this. Your party members heading upstairs.
I dropped little hints that I was also looking for a noble.
By the time you're finished,
And talk about Jared.
by the time you're finished, you eventually get to head upstairs and rejoin your friends, just in time to hear the beginnings of the screaming. Moving on. Gwynwyn! Amanda, thank you so much for your patience. Seriously, mad props. I really appreciate you for doing so, for being willing to wait here for a bit. Gwynwyn, the last several hours have been, well, you can tell me if they've been a bore or if they've been fascinating. But they
Absolutely
certainly have been,
fascinating.
they have been consistent. As you've traveled around Scheldt with a short halfling man by the name of Finnan Greenbottle, he's been tasked by his guild, the Flask of Midas, to go do an arboreal study. As you've been continuing around, he has a wagon with a couple of hirelings who are working the cart, essentially the cart that he's bringing around, with a collection of these strange, oblong and spiky seeds. He's gone to various points within Scheldt, dug several small holes, placed the seeds, and attempted to pour various concoctions, presumably to get some sort of sprouting. Can you give me an alchemist tools check just to see how much you've contributed? If you'd like to not have contributed, you may.
Oh no, I definitely want to
I
try to
thought
help.
you might. This is intelligence-based.
Okay. So it's intelligence plus proficiency?
Yes, ma'am.
25.
25. As you have gone through here, you've actually you've got the beginnings of learning about what he's making. The various concoctions are iterations based on the spell Plant Growth. Now, they're not all identical, so some of them work a little bit different than the spell available to players. But it appears the intent is to sprout this plant. And kind of rolling along, you know that this is a seed to that very special tree you've been seeing quite a bit here in Eltz. In each instance, there have been very immediate results, but there haven't been positive results. You've watched once where the soil itself began to turn into a strange gray-blue ooze, boiled down, and the seed itself had, at one point, the seed, when it would boil down, actually turned into what appears to be lead. At which point, Fiddle did, of course, remark, "Oh, well, you know, they say it's not very easy to turn lead into gold, but if you take a few extra steps and you set up a shop, you can do it."
That's true.
Jake's face. You did that last time I did that voice in a campaign as well. But taking a little bit, you've seen boiling soil. At one point, you swore you felt an earthquake by what happened. But as you proceeded forward, it appears that every effort, the variations from the potion aren't causing the eruptions, the strange happenstance. With that 25, I actually tell you, the seed itself is reacting to being in the wrong conditions. Hence the study. They're going to different places, trying different soil conditions, different combinations of reagents, and, well, so far it's not been very successful. Oh, I think I gotta get a little bite to eat before we continue. Would you like something? I know a great little merchant stall up here.
Sounds good to me.
Do you like sweet rolls?
Yes.
Oh, okay. They make great sweet rolls this time of year. Goes ahead and you watch as he kind of heads off, kind of does a little bit of bartering with this very wicked-looking man. Truly a Severusian sort of person, if you will. This angry, greasy man who pulls out these beautiful pastries. Just absolutely delicate, honeyed roll. Comes back, gives you a bit of a snack. So what got you working here with the Smiles if you're all into this alchemy stuff? I sort of expected someone to just be dragging along the cart and maybe fighting off people if they had come to bother me.
Experiments are really expensive. It takes a lot of gold, and so...
It does. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, the only way I ever afford half the laboratory supplies I have is because I joined the Flask of Midas.
Mm-hmm. We're also looking for an old friend of ours. He came to Eltz a couple of years ago. And
Oh! Well, tell me about your friend. Is he an alchemist like you?
No, he's, he really likes the bow, and so we used to go hunting a lot together and protect our small little town.
Dude, shooting a bow, it takes too much upper body strength. Honestly, I would just kind of pull something every time I try such a thing.
Yeah, I never got it either, but he really liked the bow.
Well, it's good to have friends with diverse hobbies in case you need someone a little bit different to experiment on.
Exactly. Great.
You gotta get some nice tall friends. You gotta get some short friends. It's honestly.
I have an elephant friend.
I have a couple of dragonborn friends. You know their blood is just completely different, and if you mix it with it, you just get basically opposite sorts of spells. I once tried to make a potion of healing. If you use an Invector Protocol potion of healing, you'll get all sorts of strange results if you use a little bit of blood. It only really works for undead. Well, if you use dragonborn blood, strange thing, increases the body temperature.
Interesting.
It really does. It doesn't make much sense. They have to regulate using external... I'm boring you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. This is fascinating.
As the two alchemists kind of nerd out, chatting a little bit. During your time here today, I'm curious if there's anything in particular, kind of rolling over that roll from before, you were trying to glean or learn here from Mr. Greenbottle.
Just learning a little bit about his process of, his experiments on how he was making this potion, all the different changes he was doing to it.
Okay. With that 25, now I noticed, while updating your character sheet, you have a little recipes section.
Yes, I do.
Would you go ahead and put plant growth there, but put a little star next to it?
Okay.
As you're going through here learning, because he's making so many variations, it's a little bit difficult, but the actual process, you actually get to see him performing spell completion. So a lot of potions come in an inert state. You do 90% of the work beforehand. You got all of the reductions and all of the reduction. That's cooking. Sorry. You got all sorts of stuff you do beforehand, and then essentially adding a catalyst in the final steps. This is actually how you perform a lot of your spells, by preparing a lot of things beforehand, and then finally sparks or adding trace minerals. And as you kind of are learning about this here, you kind of get the sense it will take a little bit of experimenting. You could probably replicate quite a bit of this, even though plant growth's not really in your normal wheelhouse. If you wanted to create one alchemically, you're getting close, though it will take some work here. Just want to kind of reward that high roll there. Additionally, so just to let you know, he is a journeyman alchemist, so he has a silver badge as he's working here. And you do see that no one takes huge notice. The worst thing you do catch, though, is there are a few times where he actually steps into the gardens of, like, the front gardens of a home here, and people will come out and say, "What are you doing?" But he'll simply provide the writ, pour his concoction, melt a rose bush, and proceed along the way.
What is this town?
You're not in a particularly noble section of the town, but
That's fair.
it takes quite a bit of time, and eventually you get to kind of relax. I've only got about 3 more stops. Do you mind finishing out the day with me? We've
Not
been
at
doing
all.
this for about 4 hours now.
Not at all. This has been fascinating.
All right. Heading back into the central market, the king's speech long having ended, his rants about Tavrith the Kingslayer, or the would-be Kingslayer, or the various goings-on with the guilds have long since ended. And you find yourself in a small park within the central market of Scheldt. Oh, well, honestly, would you want to think you can handle this one yourself?
Ooh, I'd love to try.
All right. So you're going to do this next one. It's going to require a little bit of a nitrogen infusion. What I would like for you to do is kind of treat it like you were, if you were like baking a pie. Honestly, alchemy's a lot like cooking. You really got to know not only what ingredients you got and the quality of those, but how to put them together, and then how to add just that little something extra.
Exactly.
So, okay, here you go. He goes ahead and shows you. He sets up his portable alchemy lab. It's very small. It's not nearly as intense as what you plan on building, but it actually is quite a bit finer than what you currently have at the warehouse. Sets up the cart and just walks over to the side of the park and kind of sits on the sidewalk. He's planning to having you. The attempt for this particular experiment is to plant the seed under the shade of another tree, in order to essentially kind of siphon off things. I'm gonna ask you to make me another alchemy check here.
Did you say that this was like cooking?
I did say it was a lot like cooking, and
Could
I will let
impose
Amanda decide.
disadvantage? I'm just wondering if I could impose disadvantage.
You absolutely may.
What's wrong?
Take the lower of these 2 rolls.
It was the
Both
exact
of them.
same.
So 19.
I feel like I wasted nothing there.
I didn't realize we just remove a feather for L. I'm like, we have to do all this magic.
You take a little bit of time, and you actually have. I don't know how Gwynwyn would feel about this. That's up to you. There's essentially it's manure. There's manure from this sort of lizard found in the sea just south of Eltz, the King's Playground, and this lizard's excrement is useful for this particular type of alchemy. Doing a little bit of work, you activate a little bit of, you spark a little flame, begin boiling up the concoction before planting the seed. Waiting as the thing continues to bubble up, you have a last moment bit of inspiration. Amanda, will you tell me what Gwynwyn adds to this concoction?
I think Gwynwyn's gonna pull out her wine flask, actually. Just a little bit of wine.
Why is it always wine?
Okay.
She's cooking.
Guys.
Do you know what kind of wine this is? Oh, this is from So I would say the wine there averages out to be like cheap dwarven wine, similar to what you'd find back home.
Yeah.
Okay. Adding in just a little bit for color.
Yeah, exactly.
For color. You take this,
It's not a photo box, but
a
it's
small,
house.
we're not going to say skull-shaped black cloud emerges, but a strange cloud emerges as you step over. You see Finn calls out, "All right, you got it. I got to feel real good about this one, don't you know?" As you pour this over, exciting news. For a brief moment, you see emerging from the ground a small series of cracks before 5 thin green spines start to push up. You've seen this tree, the Bibulus tree, a few times. If it could grow here, then perhaps they could finally grow it on the mainland and not over in the... What is that? The 5 branches begin to crack and crumble, wither, begin turning black, and the ground starts to shake one more. And you feel on your head as an acorn falls from the tree and lands on your skull. And it shakes some more. And you watch as the base of the tree begins to turn old, almost like a tree struck by lightning, this blackened portion of it, before the ground starts to tremble and one of the roots begins to uproot. And the other part, and the trunk itself rotates, and you look at the face as it kind of looks down at you and stands up as the living tree, injured on one side, begins to roar. I'm gonna need Gwynwyn to roll for initiative.
Oops! I was like, are we doing shambling mounds? What is she creating? Oh my god.
Oh,
my
yeah.
god, no!
Is this where the screaming is coming from?
How far did we get, by the way?
I don't know. I'm on death's door.
Me too.
I'm like
You
away
both,
from death.
I will say the entire rest of the party has experienced a short rest. Gwynwyn, you should be at full and your 5th level.
Yep.
Gwynwyn, I will need your initiative, please.
22.
22, thank
Well, the
you.
nat 20.
Yay!
Nice.
First nat 20 of the night.
Hopefully not the last.
Let's keep a tally.
Let's keep a tally.
Please don't. You have to keep the tally of the other one.
Can you beat your record
The thing is, I am near positive one day I will beat that record.
of 10?
Yes.
Okay. For anybody who wasn't in last session, our dear friend Jake here rolled 10 natural ones. A feat to be accomplished.
That's better bad luck than I've ever. I don't know.
No.
It's
I'm not,
unfortunate.
right?
Right.
Cool.
You're everyone is 5th level.
Cool.
My apologies. Gwynwyn, you're first in the initiative order. You watch as this tree emerges, and as it kind of begins standing up from its original position, it becomes slightly more humanoid, the limbs breaking apart, splitting the branches into fingers. A shower of nuts and fruits, some of which have begun almost sprouting, and as they do, instead of bright, beautiful fruits, they begin coming out rotten. As it looks at you, rage on its face.
So, not friendly.
Gwynwyn, it is your turn. You watch as this thing it doesn't look like it's swinging quite yet, but it looks like it's raising its hands up to do something.
I'm gonna use one of my new spells, and make a flaming spear.
That's so good. Victoria, do you have the conditions thing? Because we could use a red circle for the flaming sphere. Excellent. Gwynwyn, if you like, or Amanda, you want to just tell us where you'd like this roughly?
Right in between me and the tree.
Okay, and I'm gonna put it like on his space here. So he has, yes, perfect. So he is in this. Why don't you tell me what I have to do?
So the creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
I will absolutely make a dex save. Not terribly dexterous, this tree. It is a fail.
So it's 2d6 fire damage. So it takes 10 points
Probably
of fire
under the end of the table, I would assume.
Jeez, that was a good roll.
How much damage was that?
10 points of fire damage.
As you create this massive sphere, one of your new experiments to go along with a day of learning, you see this is very, very effective. That is an so sorry, 16?
10.
10. You can tell very quickly trees are vulnerable to fire.
And then I'm gonna back up like as far as I can.
5. Do you want to go into the market with the rest of the people, or are you
No.
going away from it?
I'll go away from
10.
the people.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah.
It will provoke an attack of opportunity here. As it kind of just looks down to you, it is going to, as it begins doing some sort of action, seeing you move forward, swings a wide arm, slamming down on you. That is, wow, it's a very low roll. 14. As it swings past you, you're able to kind of duck out of the way. It slaps up against one of the bushes nearby, knocking that into the small pond. A bunch of duck flying up into the sky in different directions, horrified. But anything else in your turn, Gwynwyn?
That'll be it for my turn.
People begin screaming in the market square. It is the tree's turn. kind of looking at you a bit furious. What language? Do you speak Sylvan?
No, I do not.
Okay. Looks at you kind of really, really angry, grabs this beautiful carved decorative rock. It's not a sculpture, but it's definitely been made in this sort of angular, it's reminiscent of the streets themselves. Picks up this beautiful little work of art and is going to throw a rock at you. That is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
My players start going, how did that happen?
Oh.
Honestly, making
really
new
bad.
characters fun.
No.
Maybe you don't have to make a new
You take
character.
17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Making a new character.
However, he does not get to throw 2 rocks in one turn.
It's a lot for
But he is going to. You watch as he
Fire.
steps away.
Wait, we had a short rest.
He does put the pond itself is between you and him. We're going to the top of the round. That's Gwynwyn's turn once more.
As a
So we have a
bonus
shot.
action, I'm gonna
Yes.
move and I'm gonna hit him with the fire flame sphere.
Absolutely. So how far does it move? Until it hits him.
Until it hits him.
And he'll make his dex save.
Yep.
Very much a fail.
So that's 6 more points of fire damage.
Okay. You strike the flaming spear once more against him, this time just using one of your fingers to kind of command the thing. Maybe flicking some sulfur in a direction and it follows it.
Yep. And then as my action, I'm gonna hit him with a firebolt.
Absolutely. Also, just to let you know, and also to let our viewers know, even though you used you activated a level spell, you didn't actually cast it. So in future turns, if you feel like casting as a turn, you're allowed to use both.
Does a 25 hit?
You know it does. It hits me and it hits you.
There.
All right, go ahead and roll that damage for me.
So Flame Sphere is a concentration spell.
Yes.
I believe it is concentration.
2 points of fire damage.
Okay, again, all of this fire damage is being very effective. You're actually very kitted out for fighting this,
Yep.
so that's very pleasant. And do you want to also continue moving away a little bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving away from people as well.
So as you move a little bit further, I will warn you of what's further this direction. Further this direction is the market getting considerably more dense.
Then I'll move a little closer actually to the tree because I don't want to attract it to other people. I want to keep
Okay.
its attention on me.
Putting yourself next to this, by the way, is our dear Mr. Greenbottle.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that he ran away. I didn't move him, but he's gonna back off on his turn.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not prepared for this sort of thing. Guards!
I'll handle it.
And is going to begin. Actually, he's going to go ahead and just dash on his turn and kind of get out of here. Gwynwyn making a little bit of space. Gwynwyn, you see on your turn, the tree looks to you, raising its arms up, continuing what it was going to do before. No. And you watch as a pair of nearby shrubberies begin to animate.
That's so cute.
Adorable.
I'm going to need the rest of the party to roll for initiative.
Please come help.
As a pair of strange wood-like wooden creatures begin to appear at a nearby park.
Did he not move?
So he physically has to do that. I apologize.
Twins.
Sorry, he does back off 1 square. You were able to hit him very easily next to him, though. Thank you for reminding me. Thorn,
19.
19 for Laurentius. Silas,
19 as well.
your dex is lower than his. Your dex is lower than his dex. Oh wait, I
We're
don't
the
know.
exact same.
Same, yeah.
We both
Roll
roll
off.
the same thing.
Good.
Yep.
You don't add anything to this. It's
Oh, you
just-
got a 15.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Okay.
thought we rolled 13.
Silas,
That happened.
is Meanie.
13.
Okay. And L.
I'm very tired. I rolled a nat 1.
Natural 1 for L.
Oh no.
I will tell you this, guys. The Silverstone story is located roughly 30 to 40 feet that way, depending on where you were. But given loading outside, you are all able to get within 5. You're able to get within 2 squares, so 10 feet of the edge of this edge. So these are anywhere here on your turn, but that will consume your movement.
Yeah.
Going to the top of the round, Gwynwyn, you actually still outspeed everyone here. You watch as it creates it, but you see on this turn, I will let you know before you take your action, he begins looking into the pond itself and is like wiggling his branches at the water itself.
I don't like that. I'm gonna hit him again with the.
I
fire
highly
spear.
recommend, yeah. Bonus action, hitting you with the spear. Now, how far? I will say, looking at the board, is it a 10-foot sphere?
It's a 5-foot sphere.
It's a 5-foot sphere. Okay, so you're not able to hit 2 people with it.
Yeah.
In this current permutation. So moving this up to hit the tree once more really doesn't appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Another deck save.
I'll continue making dexterity saving throws. Ooh, maybe. 15.
Nope. 6.
15 fails. Okay, how much damage do I take?
2 points of fire damage.
2 points of fire damage. That's not small though. Like that's still 4 points to it.
And I'm gonna love another firebolt at it. I really don't want it to do whatever it's about to do.
Okay.
That's a 22.
22 to hit hits. Roll your
Right?
Amanda.
9 points of fire damage.
It's always
Your firebolt is 2d10 now. It's your 5th level.
It
Yes, you may
is-
retroactively roll last turns as well.
I did not.
So I'm going to assume last turn you began charging this firebolt, throwing a quick mote in your fear. Now that you're focused, taking that other one out here. Was that a 10?
That was a 10 and then
Roll
a
a-
7.
Well, you rolled a 9 already.
10,
She
9, and a
retroactive
7.
last round.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 26 points of damage,
Were you designed to
52
murder?
points of damage.
Yes.
I'm going to make a Constitution saving throw to see if it stops him from doing what he's doing. And I'm going to use that as a DC, like a concentration check. You watch, though he reels back, that's a 21. He kind of reels back on this. Guys, 21 is a fail on that concentration check, because that was 52 points of damage.
Yeah, that's a lot.
He's still going to act on this turn, but he will not summon whatever he was about to summon on this next turn.
Kind of wish we got to see it though.
No.
Oh, you still might.
No.
I just stopped this turn. Gwyn, anything else on your turn? You do see your friends coming, assuming Silas. Is anyone calling anything out, letting her know you're here?
I'm alive.
Yay!
Wait,
Giant tree
You-
thing.
tree? Kill. Okay, got it.
I'm making trees!
A tree
It's
on fire.
attacking.
Should we
Throwing
really be?
rocks.
Wait, why is it attacking you? What did you do? What did you do? What did
I
you
did
do?
nothing.
This is such a confusing day. For
Silas,
me.
it's your turn. You can get to anywhere. Elle, I am going to limit you to the first row because you are at half speed.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's been a very bad day.
I'm just gonna try and get as close to interposing right in front of Gwenny as possible.
You can literally get here.
Yeah, that's good.
Great.
Oh, thank God you're here.
Anything else on your turn? You show up, shield in hand.
I'm gonna actually just move her behind me and add to her AC.
Do you have to move into her square to do that? Because I just want to check on
Let me
that.
read the. It's such a weird phrasing. When
It is a
I'm
very
within
unique
5
ability.
feet of a willing creature and not incapacitated, I can expend a superiority.
Great.
But I only have one more of these now. Well, actually, we took a short rest.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that and add the AC. Are you giving it to Gwynwyn?
Win-win, yes.
You hear off in the distance some unknown halfling go, "Oh, is that your friend Silas?
That's my friend Silas.
Oh, he seems like a nice fella."
He is.
Wait, is this his fault or your fault?
It was no one's fault.
Why is there a tree?
Sounds like a joint operation.
Silas, anything for your action? Dodge action even?
Oh, that's a good point. That I will take the dodge action.
Thought you might.
That is a smart cookie.
All right, Mr. Thorne, where would you like to end up? You get anywhere in the first 2 rows on that
I
side.
would love to appear right here.
Excellent. Between an elephant and a short place.
Yes. I get 3/4 cover and then half cover. No offense. I'll look at the thing.
The big elephant. The big elephant.
Big.
Wow.
Wow.
The elephant in the room that isn't the elephant. And I'll cast Scorching Ray.
Fire.
Yes.
Quicken spell it.
And and for your action, you don't have to tell me your action yet. But quicken spelling, scorching ray, awesome. You see, like a flash, it's almost like a hushed whisper when he says the magical words. Just instantly 3 beads of light appear in your hand.
Bad roll, but we got one of those. We got a natural 20.
Natural 20,
A 16.
16 exactly hits.
Exactly, yes. Okay, so this one missed that.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
Nope, it's all good. So I still roll 66 then.
It's still 66. Hey, man, that's awesome.
Nice.
Come on, big money. Has anyone rolled more than 66 yet so far?
You've done something.
It'd have to be L if anybody did.
Yeah.
You stored a
amazing.
spell and had your blade activated.
Oh,
Shocking
on a
grasp.
crit.
baby, that's
Yeah.
a decent roll.
19 points of fire damage.
19 points of fire damage. Another absolutely massive hit.
And I will use my action to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Firing your 2 beams. That's 5 attack rolls in 1 turn.
Is that count?
I would say that is cocked. The
Yeah,
die
'cause
closer
it's
to Connor is
sitting
cocked.
Okay, so that's a 26 to hit. A 22.
2 hits, roll the damage. Amanda, you look like you had a question.
I gotta check something real fast.
Okay, go ahead. Your turn is not for a little bit. Just to let you know, Victoria, you're the next player.
8 points of force damage.
Okay, well that does seem effective. It is not extra effective. It is not vulnerable to this.
Good.
You're almost half smiling.
I will tell you guys, this is you've clearly done quite a bit of damage to this already.
Yeah, this poor thing.
Add 10 more points of fire damage because I forgot I also add +5
To both of
all
your cantrips.
firebolts.
That's +5 each, so 10. So that's 20 additional damage.
Time out. You add +5 to all fireballs?
Yes.
Fire, poison, acid, or healing spells. I get my intelligence modifier.
Hell
Great.
Yeah.
So
Hell
you
yeah.
keep the pipe, flute, and flute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I will say, you can normally cast Healing Word. That's just a spell that's already on your list, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
just did-
just an extra spell slot. I like it. Okay. Laurentius, do you want to do any movement? Oh no, you're out of movement.
I'm
My
out of-
apologies.
yeah.
We're gonna move then to Ismini. Ismini, where would you like to appear?
Next to Thorn.
All right, you begin charging in here.
We're all just friends here.
Fire.
I'm gonna lob 3 magic missiles at the little guy farthest away from me.
Okay. 3 brilliant darts of force energy conjured in the air.
Rolled a 4 on the
5
die.
for 15 points of damage to that one.
3 points of force damage.
Okay, 15 points of force damage to that one. It's not quite enough to take that thing down, but you watch as it fully gets toppled over us for a second and it begins standing up, readying its club and shield.
Yeah, that was max damage that I could do on that. So, Alright, I'm good. That's my turn.
15
Okay.
damage for.
I don't like that we're clumped up. That was a bad decision.
That is going to
That
be
one's bad.
the arboreal turn.
Friends.
So I'm going to go ahead and start with the little guys. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15, 20. You know what? The other tree's going to go ahead and use its action to dash. 5, 10, 15. Gwynwyn, one of these trees comes lumbering.
I'm sad that I didn't catch that at first.
God.
I had to wait for you all.
my
I need the leaf.
Wait.
All right. Gwynwyn, it comes over, readying one of these big old clubs and tries to just bonk at you. It's kind of strange. There's a hollow in its face where you just see these 2 glowing green eyes. That is a natural 1. So it comes down, tries to hit you, but you're able to bring up a bit of armor. The club shatters, and you watch as it reforms another club. That is then going to be the big tree's turn. The big tree.
Who is it more mad at is my question.
The one lobbing fire.
What
at
did
it.
you do to the tree?
Nothing. I did nothing to the tree.
Then why is it trying to kill you?
Why is it alive?
Just
I'm
Why
not
is-
allowed to conjure what I wanted to conjure this turn, which is fantastic for you guys.
I mean, if you wanted to, I wouldn't say no.
no.
No, I would, because I made an offer. So you move this here. Put 5. No. I'm just gonna go ahead and get in the street. I'm gonna attack Gwynwyn.
Okay.
I'm starting to think he has.
When you watch a pair of these swipes coming down at you from this massive. Where's my 50-20? I need at least 2 of those. It's fine. I'm good. That is a natural 1 and a 27.
That 27 will hit. Yep.
Oh, what a surprise.
If it didn't, I would be more shocked.
She has +5 to AC right now.
You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing begins beating down on you.
How are you doing over there?
Not good.
Once again, writing up a new PC is fun. This could be a good experience.
Okay. That is unfortunately, those were his 2 attacks. That's it for his turn. We're going to move down now to L. L, you may get onto the board, but you must be on the furthest edge.
Can you put me right next to Gwynwyn?
Are you sure that's where you want to be,
Great.
sweetie?
This is a bad day for me. Cool. Okay.
Glad
So
to see you
first,
back.
I'm going to weapon burst
All right.
with fire.
Elle just kind of sighs, had a bad day, and you watch as her blade, normally a spark of flame, ignites quite a bit brighter than when you last saw.
And then I'm going to cast a spell. And I think you're going to see 3 elves, or actually 4 total, technically, as I cast Mirror Image.
Whoop, whoop,
There you go.
whoop. You watch a flourish of flaming swords. All right, there are suddenly illusory duplicates around you, and the tree near you just begins kind of looking confused. You can see it's fixated on the fire.
Do you like this?
Roar.
Okay.
Anything else, Elle?
That's
That's
my
all
turn.
your stuff.
Yeah.
Going back to the top of the round, Gwynwyn, it is going to be you. What you got for me?
I'm gonna move.
Are you gonna
my
hit me with
spear.
Fireball?
Yeah, I'm gonna move the spear.
Go ahead, move
to
that
hit
for me,
both of
Connor.
them. Because I can put it right in between the two of them and hit both of them.
Such a fun spell.
It's a 5-foot sphere.
Yeah.
So the 5 foot, it's a 5-foot radius sphere, which means it is 2 by 2, like we have represented. I'm gonna have them both make their dex saves. By the way, orange die. Oh, there it is. I found the die I was missing. Orange is the big tree.
By the end of this campaign, we're gonna make.
The little one is going to fail, but the big one is going to pass.
So he takes half damage.
Great.
Little, big. 8 points for the big. I have to 4. Plus 5 to that. I forgot. This is also fire.
Oh, you rolled 2 instances of the damage. So tell me about the big tree. What did you roll for the big tree?
I rolled an 8.
8 plus 5, 13.
Half.
6 half to 13. Perfect.
Then I rolled 5 on the little tree. So plus 5.
So 10. So 20 points of damage.
Yep.
It is incredibly hurt. It's past bloodied.
Poor thing.
Okay.
Again, why are we hitting the tree?
Yes,
It's
right.
trying to kill us. That's
Does anyone speak Druidic or Sylvan?
Do you see how many splinters Gwynwyn has right now? She's gonna get an infection.
No, I learned Draconic.
You don't even know what an infection is.
I've had one.
I thought you spoke something.
Probably.
Doesn't have to do
I
with
thought it was
splinters.
Fireball.
Silas, that huh?
I wish I did.
That was just my bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Would I have disadvantage?
So, you, let me
range
double check.
You don't speak Sylvan.
1 sec. Let me pull up the exact roll. This is one that's a little weird because it's we have to check if you're within 5 feet or if you're within melee range.
There.
Just check real quick. I actually don't think you get disadvantage on this.
I'm arguing that you do.
Yes.
It's not my turn. Never mind.
Did you have a question?
I was gonna ask for a check.
It's at 5 feet, so no, you would not have disadvantage.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the big tree with a firebolt.
Okay. I don't appreciate it.
That's an 18.
That hits.
I love that it's 2d10 now. Where's my d10?
You need more details?
I have it.
When I'm gonna do fire.
19 points of fire damage.
I literally can't do fire damage.
Neither can I.
You can't?
You watch as the tree. You strike this. 1 sec. It was 19.
19.
Let me check something real quick.
You just instant.
I'm pretty sure you're the one
I
that
had
hits.
expected at least one turn where you're like, I'm gonna try this other form of damage that isn't quite as effective. Let me just check this real quick. This is excellent news.
I feel bad for the thing. We also didn't get to see what else it was summoning.
No, we don't want to know what it
Curious.
was summoning. It just summoned more helpers. I don't want to know what it's going to kill me.
No, it was gonna be cool.
I was gonna ask what the guards are doing.
It has
Right?
been 20 seconds.
There are 2 right there. I didn't know
Oh,
if they were...
these are so the people here are these are bodyguards who are working for the people at the market. They're not town guards.
I didn't know people were gonna
They're
try
not
to
wearing
stop us
alternate
because this
colors.
is like a precious tree guardian or something, and we're like killing
No.
it.
No, I just.
Oh my
I'm
god,
here.
what if this is like some kind
But
of
you watch
living
the
fruit?
tree itself as it kind of slows, having taken over 200 points of damage.
170 of that was her.
209 is the total damage there. Looking down, and as it does, you watch as the face begins to dissolve, and as it does, the humanoid features begin to meld back together as it turns back into a regular tree.
In the road?
Gwynwyn, it does not appear this was an actual previously living tree as it begins to collapse. I'm gonna need a luck check.
No.
It's gonna be, we're gonna choose the best of. Gwynwyn and Elle are 1 luck check. Both of you roll a d20, take the better. I'm sorry. Gwynwyn and Thorn are 1. Elle and Ismini are another, and Silas is the last one.
Well, I rolled a
19.
5, so you win.
No, you still have
The
this
important part
many
is
roll.
what group has the lowest total number, lowest higher number. The groups are rolling with advantage, taking the higher of the two.
We have advantage.
Silas, what'd you get?
14.
19.
8.
Excellent. As the tree begins to collapse, I'm gonna need deck saves from the pair of you as it falls onto the two of you.
Ellis had a bad
No wonder
day.
animates. This is a cool model, I have to
That's
say.
a really
I'm
cool model.
really a huge fan of this.
Wait.
Did you both just?
No.
Oh.
You have disadvantage, right?
No, it's on saves, but it doesn't matter.
What,
Wait.
aren't you exhausted?
That's level 3 of it.
So what I'm
Wait,
hearing is we didn't
here you go.
actually
It
say
doesn't-
Oh, it's only
owl.
skill.
It's ability.
Hey, it doesn't matter because
It was a
this is
natural
what I
one.
rolled.
Is it no?
Oh, wait.
No.
Natural one?
Reroll. Yeah.
Matt,
Do you want to spend a bicycle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna cause Hell to die.
I mean,
19.
19.
19.
Both of you dive out of the way and avoid taking 49 points of damage.
I will not
I'd
gonna
be
kill
dead.
I would also be down again.
As the tree collapses.
don't worry, I've got
Getting back
wolf's
into its
will.
previous forms. You watch the wooden elementals that are near you kind of stop and look a little bit confused about what is happening. Are we continuing violence?
No,
This is me, Matthew, asking.
I'm not.
As it kind of looks a bit confused at the tree itself, you watch as it like lays down next to the big tree, kind of confused.
I want to
And
go
peace
home.
begins to return to the park. You watch as Mr. Greenbottle takes a few steps over. Oh, it seems you imbued something with life, which then in turn created life, but then the thing you created just went ahead and died.
I also feel
When
like
did you
John.
do that?
Well,
You
no,
made
it's not really alive. What she made, she kind of made a conjuration, which was imbued with the knowledge of the Earth Mother, and the Earth Mother's spells are, of course, strong enough to create actual living wood.
It almost
Ah,
worked
it's
though.
If you wanted to make if you wanted, you could harvest these
No.
little boys for also. Oh, okay.
The experiment almost worked. I did see like green sprouts came
Oh.
out. That was the most.
I'm gonna
that we
we'll have
saw.
to extract the Bibulus and we'll analyze that later and see if we can't plant us some trees. Honestly, it's a whole hassle and a half. Have to the only place we're able to get any Bibulus growing, well, that's all owned by a couple of folks, and so that's why we don't have very much of it.
Yeah.
See if we can't plant more of it real soon.
We're really close.
Do
Really
you have
close
any
to break
extra
the
Well,
ground.
I
by the way.
didn't do anything to the tree, meaning you made it evil and alive.
Well, I wouldn't know so much about evil. It was sort of
Murder.
inborn
Just
with
murder.
very little knowledge and was already hurt and was kind of just flailing about.
It's fair.
It was really angry because it was kind of hurt and.
How the
I'm going
siege?
to-
Did you guys just
Sick?
kill that tree?
Oh my god, no.
I sit on the ground. Like, just sit down, holding the soup,
Oh, wait.
flaming sword.
Adon, I know
Elle, do you need this potion? You look really hurt.
I need like 3 days of sleep.
she needs a
Okay.
hug.
Do you want me to carry you back to the Smiles?
No, I can stand. I don't need help. I stand up quickly.
Hey, accepting help from others is really an important part of becoming not only a better person, but a more independent one.
Thank you, Adon.
I'm
I've been
too
trying to
tired.
impart this lesson.
I'm too tired to be emotionally mature about this.
I just want to hug Adon.
Honestly, you want to just hug it out?
Do it. Do
Honestly.
it. Do it. Hey,
Adon just gives you a very, very nice hug, and then just a pat, pat, pat.
I'm so tired.
he only has one hand.
Oh, pat, pat. I'm sorry. Wow, thanks. I'm sorry. Reaches around, pats you on the head, pats you on the back. All right. Oh, sorry, not the Canadian voice.
All right.
This must have been what you were working on for Brask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were
what
you
we
supposed
all
to-
day for.
I know he said arboreal study, but I didn't know you were like fighting trees. I would have come along.
This one just kind of happened.
I heard screaming, and honestly, I kind of was expecting a bar brawl, but you know, it was kind of fun to watch that, anyways.
Tree fight.
Yeah. Tree
Tree
fight.
fight.
Yeah. Knock on
It
wood.
burned really easily.
If you ever fight trees,
Is that
I guess.
what they taught you as an alchemist? That
little bit.
that wood burns?
That's like one of the first lessons you have to learn, so that way you have fire safety.
Honestly, that's fair.
You
Slight
know,
dig.
I'm gonna be really sad if I don't get to swing my weapon burst, so I'm just gonna like swing
Before-
it at the dead.
Oh, I thought she was about to say Adon.
Make an attack roll.
Wait, I'm gonna swing it at the ground. I've changed my mind.
Okay. The tree, just to clarify, out of
I'm
character.
scared it'll
the
come
tree
back
was
to
never
life.
wasn't real. You basically conjured it, but its spell actually created life.
What do we do with them?
So
They are currently just rolling around on the ground. They are
Would
tree,
they be happy to
They're
come
tree
to
pole.
Can I
we
can I
take one
ca-
with us?
can I cast comprehend languages and just see if they're like chattering and something cute, saying something cute? It's all literal, by the way.
Begin casting.
Kill all humans. Kill all humans.
Sun is warm. Earth kind. Must take root soon, then rest.
Don't we have like a garden section of our base?
oh my god. Hey, has our Canadian friend left yet?
No. He's
No, I'm still over here studying the Biblis tree that your friend here planted. She did a very good job.
Quite. How rare are those seeds?
Oh, well, the seeds themselves are actually all owned by the crown, so I can't give you any seeds. There's probably a lot of them, but they're all pretty expensive. You pretty much would need a license, and you'd have to work with the King's Prism typically for it, or if you had a special request from the King, I could give you one. But honestly, well, I actually have to hire at least some mercenaries anytime I travel with these outside of a laboratory. We don't want any of these getting out.
What?
I'm too lawful of a character to say or do anything.
I didn't take tongues. I only took comprehend languages, so I can't communicate back to the trees.
Perhaps it would be nice to face west today.
I'm gonna just like go into the dirt.
Someone, are you in the park?
This is
I'm with them right now.
not in his meanie moment.
We don't need the battle map, Alex. We're not in combat anymore.
This is not in his meanie moment, but Elle said, "Can we keep the trees?" And so I'm gonna do my best. So I'm gonna go into the dirt. I'm gonna try to draw like a person, like doing like this, like stick figure, and then like two little stick trees behind them, and then an arrow to like a house, and then like a crude drawing of me and like just like a big square.
Maybe draw like the sun in there. So.
And like where this like
Do we even
My
have
sunglasses.
good?
This time, I will face east.
Oh, never mind. I'm trying to draw. Like, will you come live with us? I told you it's not.
I can't help you with this.
You watch as these trees continue to be a little bit smarter than you'd expect trees to be, but still roughly tree level of intelligence.
Can I touch a tree? Like touch the tree?
This is, as you touch it, it doesn't like push back, like it doesn't fall over at all.
I'm not trying to push it.
It just kind of looks at you. It does. The clubs themselves have kind of just become limbs.
What if you just hold its hand and bring it with us?
I'm gonna,
Why are we trying to bring it with us? We
Why
can
not?
plant one at home.
Stand in my shade.
I will buy you a shrub.
I will
We're
stand in
taking
the
the
tree's
tree.
shade.
Even you stand in the shade, the tree just stands there for a beat. You're there for a minute. The tree says nothing.
Say tree says.
How long does this
"Oh."
spell last?
An hour.
You stay there another minute. The tree stands there.
I'm going to try to gently lead both of the trees. I'm gonna try to hold
Like kindergarten line, we all hold it.
The tree. If one of you grab the one of the limbs of the tree, and kind of walk with it, it'll walk with you until you get to the edge of the park. When you try to walk on above something that's not dirt, and it just looks, and then begins rooting.
I'm gonna pat the little tree on the head and just say, "I'll come visit you."
Perhaps
A mission for another
west
day.
again.
We can visit the trees. They'll still be
Don't make
here.
promises you can't keep.
You made goldfish, guys.
Amazing.
But Elle wanted the tree, so I had to
I
try.
thought it would be really fun to have cool magic trees in front of our base.
They're not magic
I'm gonna
trees.
mark
Probably
up
attract
They're
one.
normal
Magic
trees.
No, only the big ones going back to normal. The fake tree made real living trees.
No, those poor guys have to live for the rest of their life.
We'll visit them.
As a
They're
tree,
not ents. They're some sort of strange. I'll tell you. They're called wood elementals.
Maybe we should keep them.
I'll just tell them to watch out for the woodpeckers and the bark beetles, and then move on.
Park beetles.
Woodpeckers. No, you guys leave these things alone for a bit.
Why?
Then fully for at least 5 minutes first.
Let's go home.
Wait,
Yes.
you still have 2 more spirits. I can't go home yet.
Right. Adon, would you like to grab a sandwich?
You know, it's actually, since we're at the start of winter, They probably have a lot of, by this point, the market should have had some raven squash. And honestly, I was thinking about heading to Sophia's place, maybe having some dinner with Miles. Y'all want to join?
They're really good.
I was nodding off, standing up.
Yeah. When
They're like filled with stuff that makes you sleep.
we'll keep traveling with you.
I'm
Goodwin.
intrigued.
I'm gonna pick up the egg again.
Oh yeah.
Hot soup.
Nah, maybe later.
Breakfast. It's breakfast.
Hot soup.
We'll finish out the travel with Win-Win in case she decides to like make any more sentient beings.
Elle,
I didn't plan on
if you
making it.
come over to Sophia's place, what's great is she doesn't like when anyone else cooks, so she just will be like, you sit down.
I will go with you.
Excellent. Do you want to we could get a carriage. Like,
Oh,
you could
no.
we could pay. You don't have to
Yeah,
walk.
her on a date.
No, I'm telling all of you. We don't. He spray bubbles everybody. No,
Bad day, Silas.
no. It just kind of seems like something happened. You look like you're bit by a vampire.
Is that what happened?
We'll see. I don't know.
Elle got beat up pretty bad earlier.
Listen, if you
She
got
lost
bit by a
a fight.
vampire, we can't.
I'll have
lose-
hickeys.
I'll lose a bet.
I mean, it's
Wait,
it's
you'll lose
daylight
a
right
bet.
now, right?
Well, that's fair.
Who was the bet with?
Wait, me specifically?
The vamp.
No, if I die to a vampire,
Oh, if you die, not if I become a vampire. Okay. Sure.
How did
I'm not gonna fault you for your life choices.
Sandwiches, yes.
How do posthumous deaths work? Debts work? Like betting? Like if you die, then you owe the other person money? Like, do you have like a third-party broker?
Is this an IRL or
Uh,
D&D?
Are you asking a Don about how gambling works?
That's where loan sharks come in.
Yeah.
Bring you back to your will.
You know that I'm very tied up mentally in what happened underground, specifically with the gambling den that I couldn't go in.
Typically, debts would be assigned. Like, if you had debts, they probably would seek out your family.
I mean more of like he had a bet about like if I die to a vampire. I'm like, well, do you have like a third-party broker for your bet?
Oh no, there aren't.
I'm sorry. I'm a little screwed up because Elle was dead 20 minutes ago.
I was
I'm
dead
sorry,
like 20
what?
minutes
What?
ago.
That's what? No, Gwynwyn and I are on the same page.
What?
My life
Oh, you weren't
flickered and I died. I don't know.
You
I
yelled
don't
at me
know.
about a tree.
I was not there.
You were dead?
Also, what's with that weird glowing sphere? Someone's holding the rope with the red hot.
I'm holding this. I'm like falling asleep holding it up.
Soup.
I'm gonna
Hot soup.
pull out an empty
Hot
glass
soup.
vial
I
so that way
said-
it could be put in there and stopper it.
I don't think.
You stopper it.
Yeah. That's,
So it takes a little bit. You have to get a larger vial as you're being pulling it.
It's
and
going
pulling it
to
out.
explode.
You put the vial, put it in the vial, and a few seconds later, it's burned off the oxygen, and there's a feather inside.
it puts out the fire.
Wait, but what if it kills the feather?
Can
The
I?
feather is a brilliant myriad of orange and reds and yellows.
Ooh.
It does not wither.
Oh. Let's turn it into paint.
Until it
You
touches
absolutely
the air.
could,
Okay.
but it's also enchanted.
I will not allow another party member ever to destroy an item involving a phoenix feather.
Wait, what was the first?
Get at it, Jason.
Can I make a quill out of it?
See, I'm not casting the shade, Jason. It's
I haven't done it
Cast it.
yet.
I would
Right.
never do it.
I'll tuck the vial away.
oh yeah,
You
people
took the vial
throw
away.
it nowadays.
takes a little bit of
don't
time. You are able to, of course, go ahead and finish up the last few without accidentally creating life. The end of the day, you are promised a bit of return. Oh, they should be able to have your payment should be there at the Smiles in the next couple of days.
Perfect.
I don't handle that myself, but
Yeah.
all right. Well, it was good working with you, and well, if you want to come join if you want to stop mercenarying at some point, you want to come over our direction, we'd probably be happy to pay for your transferal of, all your paperwork and such.
I'll give it some thought.
All right, great. Honestly, most of the apprenticeships take no more than like a decade or so, and that's honestly not that much. I mean,
Definitely not.
he looks at you and goes, I mean, you got it. You're gonna have a whole century on me one day, and it seems genuine. It doesn't seem like he's making fun of you for it, but what's a decade?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was nice meeting Miss
Everyone
Brand.
was the human.
Kind of looks. There's a 1,000-yard stare at the human in your party.
It's okay. I won't have to worry about that for long.
All right. Well, I'll be seeing you. I'll see you again someday. Well, if I need more help, I'll be sure to ask my boss to talk about the smile some more.
Yes, please.
And with that, the halfling man begins walking barefoot along the cobblestone of Scheldt, heading off deeper into the festivities, which at this point in the late afternoon, sun's starting to dip a little bit, sky's turning a bit more orange. It's getting later in the day, the festivities are starting to die down. Well, I was planning on heading out soon. I don't know about y'all. I was gonna catch a ferry.
Sandwiches.
We're tired.
Sandwiches.
Let's all go home and sleep.
Yeah.
Sandwiches.
2.
Sophia's or home is the question.
Let's go to Sophia's. We haven't seen her in a while.
You can do whatever you want. God, you mixed them up. Sorry.
That was a good blend.
Should we invite
Honestly,
the Canadian?
Miles couldn't make it to the. Miles had to go and do some tutoring today, and so he couldn't make it to the festivities. I just want to go hang out with the little guy.
Yeah.
Is he getting tutored or is he tutoring?
No, he's getting tutored.
Oh, sweet baby.
Heading off. Now, Gwen and I do apologize for kind of pushing off here. As you see your party begins heading off with Dawn, heading back towards the docks. There's something I want to let you know that you would have noticed along the way. Maybe you've seen this a few times throughout the day, but here, as you're heading out, you do see something on a nearby, posted against the side of a nearby barracks for the guards. There's a wanted poster with a trio of names: Lionheart, Bastellus, and Arcus, which you would know is the dwarvish word for a sort of bird known as a rock.
Okay.
Very big bird.
We should buy one.
Each of these names has a bounty of 50,000 gold pieces.
There's a third, though.
Yeah, we didn't hear about the third till
Arcus?
today. Arcus.
Arcus. Arcus. As your party begins walking away, you hear Adon begin telling a story about Yosef going fishing with him and how, honestly, I've heard of a swordfish, but like a flailfish is kind of a ridiculous thing for him to pull out of the bay. Mm-hmm. Seriously, it had this sort of meaty chain, and the head of it was spinning around. It was real, honestly, kind of horrifying. Tasted very, very good though. A little chewy.
Don't let anything happen to Yosef, please.
I won't, bud.
I'm gonna grab the wanted poster and just kind of tuck it and take it with me.
Tuck it, take it with you. Okay. The party begins heading out on their way there. You kind of get a side eye from one of the guards, Gwynwyn, as you kind of take this wanted poster, who just kind of looks at you, then looks over at your party with a real furrowed brow, and then back at you.
Just go away.
You ought to be careful.
We know how to handle a blade or two.
Bald one there's got a black mark on him. Not safe to be around him.
Black mark.
Pissed off a nobleman.
Which nobleman? You know?
Pissed off the Angaris. You can ask him about it, but honestly, it'd be better just to distance yourself.
Thanks for the tip.
Don't go ripping too many posters off of guard posts.
No.
With that, the kind of grumpy guard kind of continues along his patrol. It's not a crime or anything, but it's certainly like, I guess I'll go get another poster to put up. Someone drew this.
Like, these damn adventurers.
Yeah, that cost money to create.
Right, and you're not even gonna get the bounty. We know you people.
Okay. I have created the conspiracy theory. I already know who the third vigilante is. His name is Chester.
I thought so too. So
No, but I need to first interrogate women about if there were any large bird experiences in his childhood, because she lived through all of it.
okay.
Okay. Silas.
Okay, but you're gonna remember more than
Yeah. Why would someone remember details
He's
of
an
a broken
elephant.
ship?
He's an excellent memory.
Offensive? I have a horrible wisdom.
I'm trying not to typecast
Memory.
Silas.
As you all continue along your way, did some of you say you guys are going to go head over to Sophia's place?
Yes.
To your point, history's in it.
Can I
Yes.
go drop this off at the hotel or the
You have a
The
warehouse. You have a home.
warehouse?
Let's
I don't
go
want
to-
to
I'm
carry
very
this
scared if we
around.
go there, I'm gonna
Is
like
this-
want to go to bed instantly.
Can I cast Identify on this?
You can certainly try.
I'd like to cast Identify on the strange egg thing that Thorn is carrying.
I don't want to leave it alone.
I'll tell you this. It is magical. That is a currently living egg of some sort of creature.
Oh my God, do we need to, like, keep it
I can babysit the egg.
sit on it?
But I can tell you more. I'll tell you guys who were unavailable during the finding of the egg. More about the egg when we get inside.
That's fair. Yeah. We should do that when we get home.
Right.
I mean, if you don't feel comfortable, we could stop by your place first.
We just feel weird about bringing this giant egg into Sophia's house if we don't know what it is.
If you can't trust a Volcar, who can you trust?
Well,
Honestly-
Miles there. We don't want anything to happen.
We don't know what's in it.
I don't think it's a bomb.
It's living.
Could be.
It could hatch at any moment. We
don't know what it
anything
is.
about
Honestly, the miracle of life is beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
did you see that tree?
Fine.
I did.
Is that your beer?
I kind of wonder. I feel like
nothing
we
to do
shouldn't
with
let
that.
this go.
Let's
We
bring
just
the
made
egg.
a guy.
Right? Damn it. I give you
Created life.
Give it down.
It's noted
Does this
immediately.
say Gwynwyn
She
killed her
quite
first
literally
boy?
brought him into the world and took him out of it.
You sound
made
like
me
my
You can always
father.
make more.
Nope.
Please don't encourage her.
Let's bring the egg to Sophia's.
We bring the egg to Sophia.
Kind of jumping forward a little bit,
Don bullied me.
making your way towards. I just was that. I was at,
Don bullies all
making
of
your
us.
way downtown. No, heading back towards the west end via the ferry, making your way all the way towards Westgate. You eventually find yourself at the Relemnon household, the home of Sophia and Miles. Miles is incredibly excited to see you, as he has the last few times you've gone on missions for the Defiant Smiles. He immediately bursts through the front door and begins asking questions. Did you see any pirates this time?
No, but we saw a living tree that came and attacked us.
Did we attack it first, though?
No, it attacked me first.
Trees are normally alive, but like...
Like rocking and like throwing
more alive
statues at us and was making sounds and was
A
talking.
treant!
Yes.
But they're not supposed to be in here. Any around
Yeah,
here.
you're right.
Yeah.
Smart
They,
kid.
they hide really far deep inside of old forests.
The tutoring's paying off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is the tutor?
No one gave
Tutor.
us money. We're
Yeah, maybe.
local
Never mind.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Do you want to join in on the
Failed
tutoring?
experiment,
No.
It's fine.
I'll teach you how to
It's
read.
gone.
I'll audit.
I'm learning.
Come on.
I'm supposed to learn. So Sophia said that her job might take her. We might have to go on a boat someday, and so I'm learning a little bit of Draconic. It's really hard. Learning the different runes is weird because you can't make them with a quill. You have to use. You practice on stone first to make the scratch marks.
I've already walked away.
Would you like to
Done
There's a
learn?
trick. There's actually a trick. You have to find the pointiest stone. Otherwise, it always feels way too hard.
Well, my tutor won't let me use. He has this hardened glass thing.
I feel like I have like a random rock.
Yeah, you want to have like you had a sharp rock for practicing runes. Oh,
Would you like to be tutored by Elle instead? She's fun.
I have a job already.
What's your job?
I have blacksmith.
that would be really
That's
great.
right.
At this point, Sophia kind of steps forward. Silas, that's very sweet of you. We really do.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't
Are
charge
you
a
actually
child.
paying? You need the money to Sophia?
I coughed it under my breath as she was walking in.
I am
I'm
so
behind
sorry.
Silas. I'm behind Silas going like
Which,
this.
believe it or not, I died today.
We
And
just bought a
yet,
house.
It's been a while, so Sophia's no longer wearing the Volcar armor. You didn't see her at the actual event, but she's no longer wearing the heavy Valkyrie style armor from before. You see, she's got almost. If you think of like a more Roman, like almost like a toga sort of robe thing going on, little like a lilac sort of color. Come on in, everyone. Food's almost ready. Dawn, kind of beaming. I gotta tell you what Gwynwyn did today.
Not my fault.
Telling the story as you come in, Miles kind of begins trying to like reciting the different runes and words he's learned over to Elle. As you enter, this is a very nice home. A bit odd styling wise. There's lots of pillars, and in one of the rooms there is this lowered floor in one of the sections filled with this beautiful mosaic style pattern, small tiles pressed into the floor. As you head in, having yourself a nice feast there for the day, you get time to relax and rest.
I
for a
like
little
fall
bit
asleep
here.
after eating the sandwich.
We've brought the egg
Almost.
with us.
You have.
Should we react to it?
I actually.
I mean, she looks confused, but she doesn't say anything bad.
You've seen a lot out there, right? Both
Yeah,
you and Adon have traveled, seen some stuff. Give me.
So just you would know at this point that they don't work together.
Right. No, I know they're separate, totally separate jobs, but they've both done a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open up my pack and reach in and grab my pine cone. Just say, I have a very strange feeling that this here is related to that there. And I don't know
Is that
if
from
these...
Coppersbeck?
It's from Coppersbeck.
Oh, that's so exciting.
And I'm a little
Have you
bit...
gotten one yourself?
I've never had a chance. My work typically takes me further into Eastern Eltz, or typically outside the kingdom. If I leave the city, it's typically a bit further than our borders.
I'm a little bit suspicious of... There's a lot of magics that can help glean fate.
Adon, she kind of gestures over, and you see Adon picks up Miles, and it just goes, oh, I need to learn a little bit of Draconic too. Kind of takes the kiddo away, heading over towards where his room is, just kind of have the kid kind of tell him about his day, tell him about what he's learned a little bit, relieving you from duty for a little bit there. Cool. He learned a lot of the colors and numbers.
I will say, Elle definitely speaks Draconic with a slight accent, but in like the specific, like Northerner noble Draconic accent.
You also sound a bit like a gold tongue.
It's a little bit like formal.
Huh.
It's very formal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. I can talk anything about my work that I'm allowed to talk about. I'm happy to share with you.
I just want to know what this is. Is that something you can share?
If I know, of course. She kind of takes up this. She looks at the egg for a moment, kind of shrugs, and just kind of looks at this. So, do you think this is what's in there?
I have a...
They can be prophetic, but a lot of the times they're just children's toys.
I just have a gut feeling. It just felt weird. The moment that it happened felt a little bit strange for me. And I'm a slight practitioner in the arts of attempting divination magics, and I'm a little suspicious of this one. I'll just say that. I think my friends think I'm crazy.
Oh no, the pine cones that we got were 100% prophetic, and I hate it, and I don't like them.
That's news.
I have found...
What?
Mine hasn't come true yet. Has anyone else's?
No.
No, I threw mine in the woods.
Mine's on a grave.
I don't know about getting rid of them. It's been my experience, when my gut tells me something, I go with it. I mean...
Means I'm hungry.
No, if I feel like something's wrong, I race towards wherever my gut takes me to try to help.
Huh. That's usually something in the back of my mind. I usually don't feel it in my stomach, but I guess everyone, to each their own.
Oh my god.
She kind of smirks, turns around. You do see, from your point of view, because she has this sort of robe thing, you can see on her back is these sort of eagle wings. They're like this bronze. They're many different colors, but mostly this bronzy orange color of wings tattooed on her back, which conjure out actual magical wings when she uses her abilities. I don't know much about eggs.
But the lizard itself, I know it's a pine cone, so it's not like the most detailed.
It doesn't look like a dragon.
Yeah.
Maybe it's some sort of underground creature. You could talk to Gwynwyn about the dwarves.
Do you know if there's any guilds in town that might specialize in husbandry or anything along those lines?
I mean, this is monstrous. Kind of
Monstrous
cute.
It's
husbandry?
massive too.
Yeah.
This is a very big egg. Like, it isn't the size or shape of what you've heard of dragon eggs. We talked about the last time that dragon eggs can be much taller, but also they're very thin.
Yeah.
In nature, this is much more chicken egg shaped, but way too big.
Right.
Maybe it's time we go to that library.
Books. Okay.
Can I roll a nature check to see what I know about
Yeah,
underground?
that's fair. You want to think about this? You're thinking about this in the context of underground creatures.
Yeah. 13.
Taking a real hard look at this, you think about what you know that lives underground that lays eggs. Think about it, it's like, well, it's not a bullet.
No, I tried that.
You have seen what a purple worm egg looks like. It's not a purple worm.
When did you see one of those?
You've never seen a purple worm. You've seen a purple worm egg. The eggshells are useful.
My master had some weird ingredients around. That's fine.
Murderous ingredients.
But you kind of think about this, and with a 13, there's nothing even adjacent to this that you can think of. But maybe your knowledge is incomplete. Perhaps future study is worth it. That's an excellent idea for a downtime activity, perhaps. Well, I'm happy to hear you had a safe, albeit. I'm glad everyone is safe now.
Yeah, it was one of those days. It was just a little surprising all around, and
Yeah.
I think the problem is we got to Scheldt once.
How do we get back?
How do we get back?
Well, so if you've been working with the Smiles, I'm sure that Brask would be happy to set something up for you. Ever since I've known Adon has been pretty good about if he needs to get somewhere working with Brask.
Okay. Because we, the bandits that took people today, I don't think are done, and we've run into them previously in other towns as well, so I want to follow up with that.
Well, having allies is the most important thing you can do here in Eltz. And so it seems like you're on the right track. Are you filling her in, and are you comfortable telling her names and such? I'd be happy to keep my ear to the ground.
Yeah, I think we can trust Sophia enough. I was being cagey about like the whole bandits, Xerathol and all that shit. Totally fine with me.
Do the servants' tunnels go beyond Scheldt, or are they just in Scheldt?
They'd have to go through water though. We had to go on a ferry, so they'd have to be
The
tunnels.
servant tunnels are mostly found in Scheldt and up in the north end. The north end is Old Town. Most of all the oldest stuff in Eltz is going to be found on the north side of the river. They're not a lot of folks don't use them anymore. It was a bit different certainly before my time. Although around the time that I met Adon actually had some work where he was looking for this mud creature that was lurking in the servant tunnels. Is mostly where I heard about it. I grew up here, but it wasn't something that ever came up with my family.
Okay.
We didn't use the tunnels when we lived in the North End.
You still live in the North End? Sorry.
Yes, before my training.
Connor.
She kind of looks just to check where Miles is. You just hear off in the distance, "Oh, that's how you counted to 3." Adon just, continue. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't be serious with Adon at all yet. 3 years ago, I was in my training to become a Volcar. There's an island we are taken to. There's trials, and most who participate simply return to the mainland on a ship. Not disgraced, but typically to join the military proper. My family, they lived in Old Town, and merchants, my mother and father. Well, they left Miles. I left Miles and my parents behind to go train and to gain my wings. And something happened while I was gone, and unfortunately, our store burnt down, and I wasn't aware of it. We're not allowed to communicate with the outside while we're there. Miles spent a few months on the street.
Oh. I'm sorry.
It's actually... silver linings. It ends up being how I met Adon, but he gave a lot to my family. Miles was caught stealing, and he had to run, and he met Adon. He asked Adon to help him and gave him a copper. When the guards came, they demanded the thief, and Adon gave his hand. Victoria's face got
Dark realization amongst the party.
Oh no, I'm gonna cry again.
Dawn is the best PC.
Oh my gosh. Hey, no, he's not a PC. Get out of here.
And NPC.
I said what I said.
Oh no.
Oh.
It is. It's hard for me to return to the North End. Outside of work, I do what I need to, but I wouldn't have Miles if Adon hadn't been there.
Yeah.
They don't take your hand and treat you. They leave you there on the streets. It's what happens when the noble houses catch you as opposed to the guards.
Doesn't seem quite lawful.
The
It's-
noble houses are allowed to do things like that?
If you were to upset the wrong people in the city, the legalis is different depending on if you're a member of the nobility or if you're a member of the common folk. It is a challenge.
What house found him?
Just checking real quick.
Good question.
Wait, only you know. Yeah.
At this point, you kind of see Miles popping out. Sophia, Adon's being dumb again. Just kind of some bickering going on between this brother and sister happening once more. Sophia's in her 20s and Miles is about 10 years old.
Yeah.
And at this point, she's just, I'm sorry. Let me.
Yeah.
You taking a bit more time, kind of relaxing. The mood kind of, as Adon returns to the room, brightens a little bit more. And you get to rest, eventually returning home.
Amazing.
Is there anything else specifically over the night that you need over here in the Rolemnon house?
I cry as Meanie doesn't.
Okay. He's stone cold.
No,
He's just staring at the egg. She doesn't care about anything else.
I will.
Does mean he gets a little misty-eyed.
a little misty-eyed. Not crying yet, but I
The
can.
onions.
I have so much.
Feeling something.
Oh, do you guys want dessert?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dawn.
Just
Yes.
a second.
Oh god, what is he about
Goes
to
over
do?
here. He comes over. It's a very horrendous version of those pastries that you had earlier, Gwynwyn. These honey rolls. They're not delicately made,
Did
but they're
Gwen help?
much bigger than the ones you got in the market.
Hell yeah.
Honeyed sweet rolls. You get to all relax, enjoy the evening.
Did Gwenny help make these?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, thank god.
No, you warned me against that.
Warned him?
I'm
Yeah,
choking on a honey
I think
roll.
he said that consuming that was like consuming food you cooked was like courting death.
What?
I'm gonna mage hand a honey roll into his mouth.
She created and destroyed life in a singular day. I'm kind of on a Dawn's
She didn't
side
hesitate.
right now.
He was trying to kill us.
I will fall asleep where we stand.
Excuse me, my food is like courting death?
I think
What are your plans the next couple of days? I've got work lined up in a bit.
Recuperate,
sleep.
then work.
We got some jobs to work.
If if you end up looking for some coin, I know Brask he's looking for some folks for there's a hunt going on in the Bulwark.
Let's do that.
Yes. We'll need to.
We have
Whitaker
rent.
had a couple of requests, and I've got a. He kind of sits up a little bit excited. I get to hunt mimics.
Wait, can we come?
Well, so I'm actually supposed to be posing as a butler in this nobleman in the East End, and I'm supposed to search his house for mimics because the mimics apparently have gotten wise to security.
Please don't die.
No, they're not. Honestly, they'll just leave bite marks. It's kind of like fighting a small dog.
Do that. We'll talk.
She's
about
right
it.
here.
But taking a bit of time, Don just heading off for another mission. He does let you know that if you decide you want to, Milton Brask does have a request from Whitaker Thor. If you decide you want to go in that direction. But that's, you've still got time. I'll let you know that if you decide, this is a meta thing, and we'll get to talk about that during our break here in just a second. You'll have about 2 days of prep time between now and then. I guess that works really well for you. Get a couple of days before that goes off. If you want to do that, though, probably getting information at the start of your little bit of downtime. But we'll take a little bit of a break. And I'll let my players quickly go run off to the restroom. And we'll be right back. Nobody say goodbye. Nobody say it. We're going to be right here.
Right back.
You sit right there. You know what? If you need to step away to grab a beer, we understand.
Get some water.
Cheers, and we'll see you in a minute. We are back. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Let's jump back in. We got just a couple of days here. We just got 2 days of downtime. Nothing major. It'll speed right along. I talked with my players just a little bit beforehand to see if they had anything specific they wanted to get done. We're going to go ahead around the table. Connor's writing something, so I'm actually going to go ahead and start on this side here with Clella. Let's see what they got here. What would you like to do over this little bit of time to rest?
I take some time to sleep, for sure.
Okay.
And I'm going to train a little bit. And go do my job, blacksmith, which I consider
Okay.
basically training.
Give me a
so.
blacksmith tools check. This is with disadvantage, and on this one, I will let you know. This is actually more of a test of durability. It's actually of your constitution. You need a constitution check. You'll add your proficiency bonus to your constitution modifier, but it's with disadvantage.
Okay. 4, 3, 7, 9.
9. You kind of head off to work, and that first day, you're trying to work, and the big difference is that your family taught you the beginnings of blacksmithing, but elven bloodsmithing, the thing that your family specializes in, is very different from a dwarven forge. The entire room is not perfumed and cooled with this arcane air rushing through. You actually find yourself passing out during that first day of work, with Finjan a little bit, not annoyed with you, but certainly got worried and said, "You can't work no more today."
Can I come back tomorrow?
Make a persuasion check for me.
With disadvantage? Or...
That would be with disadvantage, yes.
I rolled a nat 1. What did you do, Jake?
All right.
I have done nothing.
All right, you lift that hammer, you can come back. You look over at the wall, there is this beautiful etching of, you're not familiar necessarily without a history check on it, but you've been here for a while, so we're gonna ignore that for right now, of this powerful dwarf wearing, looks like a crowned helmet, holding a big hammer up to the sky, but the etching, the hammer he points to is etched into the wall.
Fine.
All right. Piss off for a bit.
I'm going to begrudgingly trudge over to the
Lazy
duelist.
bones, elf.
I died!
Heads back to work. What you would be able to pass along information, because you decided to do this over the break, is that he's currently working on refining some very, very pure bits of copper in order to form the badges for the party. Should be ready the morning of. Nice. It takes a little bit of work, but he's willing to do it. This is all paid for by Brask and your initial buy-in, essentially.
Fair.
All right, moving on to Ismini. Ismini, you got a couple days here just to relax and sunbathe. It's winter.
Winter is my season, but I am.
Terrifying.
But I'm going to spend my time working on understanding the witch spell from Orwin's spellbook.
Yes.
Working Ray, and then any leftover time trying to help out Gwynwyn with her downtime activity benefiting me.
I will let you know.
I want
It's
to
not.
bother you on
Let
my
me.
too so bad.
I'm just gonna do a real quick check to see if you're gonna impart advantage or if it's gonna
it'd just be-
mechanically not matter.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be kind of fluff.
That's
So
fine.
Over the course of the next couple of days, you are able to finalize your understanding and learn the spell Scorching Ray.
Could I have the spell cards?
Blue binder.
We've got a bucket.
I'm not gonna go through them myself.
I
right
know.
now.
This is my bucket.
Spell cards. They're pretty neat, but they're probably not gonna make them anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty upset about that. I'm trying to make my own.
You take a little bit of time learning. It's strange because here's. Give me an Arcana check, actually.
Ooh.
Don't worry. There's no fail state here. It's do you win more?
Aw, dang it.
I wish I saw it.
It's not. 17.
17. You do learn a little bit. That's one success. As you're reading this, it's very odd as some parts of the actual incantations you see aren't actually parts of the spell itself, but are actually communication methods. Now, you understood that Orwin was, to an extent, a witch, a arcane spellcaster granted abilities by their familiar. And since their familiar was a strange construct, It appears that in some way the spell was augmented to interact with that serpent. But you're able to sort of reverse engineer the normal behavior of the spell and eventually learn it for yourself.
Do I pay anything?
So you pay to scribe the spell.
Okay.
It'd be that much in gold.
Cool.
It's a second level evocation spell.
Second level. I don't have space for that. Okay, cool.
Okay. Gwynwyn. Now you do have help here, but it does seem that. But a lot of the times you're able to use Ismini as a referral, like ask a question. But then Ismini's nose is back in a book studying. What are you doing for the next couple of days?
Gwynwyn says is also in a book. She's looking over, trying to find out about the strange lizard that is this Mini's pine cone.
Okay. Heading up, now in the west end, if you want to head all the way up, there are two main places that you can go for three main places you can go for a library. There is a relatively small library in Pyrewood Row. You could head all the way up further, close to the major districts. You could go up to the Twilight District, which is a bit more crime-ridden and money. There's a lot of casinos up there. There is this sort of strange spire construct that has been built up there that has a couple of dusty old wizards lurking about in it. Or if you'd like, you could try to make your way up into the finest of noble districts in the northern part of the West End. Do note that if you spend your time going that direction, probably the best information, but going there you might end up having to spend some coin to do so.
I'll go up to the nobles library, just because I don't think the other two will have anything about this weird lizard.
Okay, so heading up there, I will let you know that as you go to look there, it's going to cost you 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
You're not allowed to take any text out of here, but you are allowed to do your research here.
Okay.
Brought back by a collection of scribes into this dusty room to begin looking into various creatures and those that slither in the dark. I'm going to need to have you go ahead and make me... This is a short bit of time to do a research. I want you to tell me what intelligence-based check you're going to make here. Because depending on what you're rolling here, if it's related in art, you may learn different things.
Looking at just like, what is this creature?
Right, no, I'm asking which of... So there's intelligence, there's arcana, there is history, and there is nature.
Nature.
Not
Hey.
religion.
You could make a religion check for this as well.
No, I think nature.
Please.
Because if it hatches, we want to know, what does it eat?
Right.
26.
A 26. This is with advantage, as a reminder, because you are using a library. But I didn't say that. That's my apologies.
Still just a 26.
It's so crazy.
Looking through here, you begin reading, and the size of this egg is what's concerning. Nature and the studies that you're following here really concern themselves with the natural things, with non-magical creatures. And as you're looking here, you kind of looking through. It's kind of hard. You look at most lizards, some of the biggest lizards you find, monitors, similar to that purple monitor lizard you'd met back in Walnut Hill. And even those eggs would be only a few inches long. So you start looking bigger, and you do find the most of things you find with nature, the closest you could get is that you do discover there are these large creatures on an island known as Apexia. And now, the Apexian Islands are filled with strange, massive creatures, some of which are known as dinosaurs. However, upon reading, the notes you find here seem to indicate that dinosaur eggs are smooth, elongated, and typically speckled. They do not perfectly match this, so you don't find anything strong while looking in the realm of the natural. So you're relatively convinced it's certainly not any normal beast you'd find in the woods, and maybe it's a dinosaur you haven't heard of, but you don't typically know very much. You don't generally know very much about dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yet.
Yet?
Yes, not a dinosaur.
Right? That's...
Oh, I know. Right?
I gave you a T-Rex one time, and now my players have expectations.
And I was a
Look, I just wanted to try-
Triceratops.
Yes!
Been a lot of dinosaurs.
Silas, you have a couple days here to rest before your next quest.
Yeah, you're just gonna spend the first day painting, but seeing Lilia try to walk herself to work the next day, I wouldn't mind escorting her, making sure she doesn't stumble along the path.
So you're just being a sweetie?
Yeah.
Do you try to do the marathon in the morning?
Ew, no.
It's not a marathon. It's a 5K.
It's a 5K. Oh, I'm so sorry. The 5K.
No, come along. It's so fun. Gets you real energized.
This is...
Is this the first time Silas has run in his life like this?
That's up to you, my friend.
Yeah.
It's really good for your heart.
I will live like 100-something years past you. Do I need
Will
to?
you?
300 years for the...
Well, it depends on how much you keep running into battle, I guess.
Oh, that's... Okay, I guess I'm running with Elle in the beginning of the day.
You take a bit of time, spending some time with your dear friend Elle.
Does it
Eventually,
turn into a competition?
We totally raced it the last, 100 feet at least.
make me an athletics check, with both of you.
Dude, let's do it.
Athletics.
Am I done with exhaustion?
athletics.
Or...
Yes, we'll flat roll. Huh?
What?
What's up, Victoria?
I didn't say anything.
I didn't...
It's not acrobatics for this.
It's called. Not great.
13.
He wins.
13. This does not mean you beat her, but the surprise in the stamina. He's not quite... Okay, Connor. But, Elle is certainly much faster. By the end of this, Elle has worked up a decent sweat. Finishes up doing that hopping thing that a lot of runners do at the end of it, kind of getting that runner's high.
Yeah.
But that's not a sweaty elephant, man.
Just doing a little bit of stretches, toe touches in the morning. It gets you there.
It definitely seems something in his routine has been keeping him in shape. Maybe there's something to learn from him as well. But
Hit people with
you are quite a bit slower than Elle, so maybe there's some mutual progress to be made in the future.
You're going running tomorrow.
Laurentius, do you have anything in mind for your bit of downtime?
I guess everyone else is going to be probably getting up pretty early in the morning. I'm going to sleep in a little bit. And when I wake up, I'm going to remove the Ruby of the War Mage from my dagger and kind of rummage through my stuff that I've left in my room. And I have a scimitar that I picked up pretty early, and I'm going to put the ruby on that scimitar.
Okay. Affixing this magic gem, you are now able to kind of feel... Whenever you reach your mind out to cast your spells, you're able to sort of feel this as the scimitar rather than the dagger as an extension of your body. And you're able to kind of imbue yourself a bit with this.
Yeah. And I'll spend an hour just kind of I don't know what is kind of calling me to do this, but I'm just going to spend an hour just testing the weight of the scimitar, kind of getting used to it.
At first, you might have felt a little silly as you've never wielded a blade like this in your life. But as you kind of continue, it sort of becomes a bit natural. As your magical essence kind of flows through this blade, you've kind of watched Elle do something similar. Oh, careful. The magic, you've seen Elle flow the magic through there. But as you kind of continue, it becomes a bit quicker and a bit quicker. And are you practicing near the duelist? The daring duelist?
I'm just in my room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I won't go into detail.
As you continue as you continue playing with your big old stick,
Yep.
You have a bit of an epiphany. There's something here. Something about your magics have given you new physical talents. Just pass this to me.
Oh. I didn't see this.
Sweet.
I was like, it's
What?
Mercenaries.
I don't know.
Make a stealth check using its stats.
Okay.
It's...
His.
Oh,
And, yeah, okay, cool. I'll strap the sheath. I'll kind of stick it a little bit behind my back and then kind of put the scimitar back there.
I don't like how
Was-
proud she looks.
21.
That's fine.
Unbeknownst to Silas, can I say it though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Unbeknownst to Silas and Elle, a solitary obsidian-skulled raven flies above their runs in the morning.
That's good.
Chill
Make
down
sure
my
you're
spine, at
safe.
least. That's why I'm there.
Okay.
And
Company
then
in
for the
numbers.
rest of my... I'll probably
I mean,
visit Finjan and just ask him, what kind of, armors do you have? I got
Oh, I can get you whatever you're looking for.
bonked pretty hard yesterday, a couple days ago.
I can do some fittings. I've got some real basic stuff, but if you're looking for something enchanted, it'll take me a bit.
I have these, and I'll show him the little adamantine ingots that I have.
Oh, that'll
What
take
can
me
you
a-
do for that? With that?
I could make you quite something. Taking a look at this, this is just from the serpent, right? Now, I can't make you armor with it, but if you're looking for something like a dagger or If you want to augment something existing, it's not enough to make a full suit of armor. Unless it kind of takes a moment to think about it, depending on what armor you're looking for. You have a couple. You basically have 2 real ingots of this this pale green hued metal, and depending on what armor you're making, so we couldn't make a breastplate, but if you're looking to make chainmail or a chain shirt, do you know what type, sort of armor you're looking for?
Yeah, probably. I wanted breastplate, but there's not enough. Then I would assume probably like a
Because you could
chain
save
shirt.
if you're looking for a breastplate, he absolutely could get that for you. You're proficient in medium armor, is that correct?
Yeah, now.
So there are the 2 highest the strongest forms of armor that you are able to wear are breastplates and half plate.
Right.
Now, a breastplate is small enough where it can be worn. Now, it covers the torso, but there are forms of it that can be worn where you wear clothing over it. Now, enemies would still be aware you're wearing the armor, but it can, in polite society, certainly look pretty well. During an actual battle, you might end up tearing the shirt because of the metal moving around, but there's a breastplate. Half plate is a plate that ends at your hips. So all of the cavalry will wear half plate. Those are both available here if you decide you want to save the ingots for later. If you want to use them for right now, though, you'd have to go for something like a chain shirt. And just to let you know, the benefit of adamantine armor, assuming it's not enchanted, is that it makes you immune to critical hits.
I think I might just save it.
Because you could get more.
I'll just buy. I'll purchase a half.
I think a half plate.
Breastplate. Sorry.
A breastplate's 400 gold pieces, and a half plate is 750.
Well, I guess I'll buy the breastplate because it's a little cheaper.
Okay.
We can spot you for a second if you
I got it.
It's also half plate gives you disadvantage on stealth. Breastplate doesn't.
Yeah, breastplate for sure.
Breastplates are dope. Your AC becomes 14 plus your dex max of 2, so that is going to be 15 for you, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out in this group of people that all wear armor and carry weapons and walk around with poisons and
I don't wear
acids and
armor.
stuff. You have a giant sword. A hammer.
Do you want a bomb?
I walk around in pants and a blouse, and I
But you
carry a
look
wooden
good,
stick.
dude.
However, if all of you were to get into your finest ball gowns, you would be the strongest person by far.
That is true. That is true.
She's a killer in heels.
I definitely would just wear light armor.
I was about to say, my AC wouldn't change.
Oh, that's true. Your AC is crazy.
Yeah.
One thing, is Silas talking to Gwynwyn finally?
I would like to think that I just completely ignored what happened, and I still don't know what you're talking about. So I guess we're talking.
It is awkward at dinner, isn't it?
Oh, we're at the Daring Duelist, watching a fight between a bugbear and a strange 3-armed hill giant. It's wild, and they're sitting on the opposite sides of the table.
We have got to intervene on this. It's kind of silly.
What's silly?
They're on opposite sides of the room.
Maybe they needed space.
They grew up in the same house.
There's a pretty tree outside. I'm going outside now.
Actually, should we be worried that Xerathol knows who your sister is and what she's
There's
up
far more that we should be worried about, yes. Like, we should be concerned.
to? No one has.
Oh, you have a sister. I forgot to ask you about that. How's
Oh,
that?
during the course of your downtime, don't worry. You had another check-in.
Victoria's face looks so horrified right now.
We'll talk a little bit between sessions about that. We don't need to bother our dear audience
I'm
here
about
today.
to cry. Okay.
She's actually going to cry.
Okay.
Does this mean you need a hug?
How bad was it?
You don't remember.
Take a deep drink. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Never mind on my question.
Oh yeah, no. Yes, it's separately. Yes, it's very problematic that Xerathol knows who you are, was doing magical experiments and like.
Oh, I am so worried about that.
Yeah, so I think that like very quickly.
No one's questioned her at all.
No.
About...
I am so worried about that.
Also, is anyone identifying the phoenix feather over the course of these days?
Yeah.
Gwynwyn.
Oh yeah.
10
Does
minutes.
anyone want that too?
hey, this is a magical phoenix feather. It has an ability you might find quite neat. This item, over the course of, and I understand the little bit of difference here, over the course of 10 minutes can be used to cast the spell Dispel Magic. It affects the closest spell effect or magic item while active.
Nice. That's what
Okay, that's a cool spell.
So I kept
It is-
slipping through my fingers.
It's a little. I'll have a full text box for you just a little bit later.
Does it cast it at level?
It's a 3rd level.
Okay.
Elle, do you want this? It
Now,
sounds like it was
it's not very useful in a combat, but it is 10-minute cast of the spell Dispel Magic. And so what it was doing previously
Nice.
was it did disable your ability for Mage Hand, though
So-
the particular circumstances there were a little bit different.
Is
than
it the
normal.
full range of the spell Dispel Magic?
Yes.
Oh,
for
nice.
So for players, it is the normal ability of... I'm sorry. Range of the spell.
Yeah.
The range of the spell is reduced to... I have the... Sorry, I didn't send out the actual text
I think
box.
it's 60, but I.
Oh, no.
I
So
might
we
be
are
wrong.
standard range for that then.
I might be wrong though. I'd have to look.
The big part of it that makes it difficult, though, is that because it takes so much time, you typically would have access to whatever you're casting on.
Right.
I don't know how to ask for this. Am I able to put 2 and 2 together and get 4?
You've been educated about this, so yes.
Okay. We should destroy
Have
it.
I put 2 and 2?
Or never use it.
Have I put 2 and 2 together?
Ever.
You can make an Arcana check. I'll tell you the DC of that would be very high.
Oh,
I don't know how much I know.
I don't have a fancy
I know
hat
tell
yet
is meaning.
to go with my
Oh,
coat.
hey.
do you? Okay. Are we doing this?
Hey.
I don't know.
I don't want to die.
Understandable. However, I think that this was, and I don't mean to sound the way I'm about to sound,
Okay.
but a very worthwhile experiment was done.
I already knew this. We didn't need an experiment.
Starts tickling her with a feather.
No, I have it sealed in a vial.
Yes.
But I did nothing. We did nothing.
What do you mean?
There was no intervention. It's just we moved the feather. There's no intervention.
Can I take the feather and
No, I have it sealed in a vial right now.
Thank you, Gwen-Win.
We're-
I don't know if
Yes.
we're in
this
front
case,
of them.
Gwynwyn would have access. Would have the Phoenix feather on
just
there.
want to ask, put it in her behind her ear.
No.
I mean,
It's once per day.
but that's from an item. It might be different when someone casts it.
That's literally something that I'm going to be able to do.
I don't know if I want to do tests.
I'm not gonna. No. I'm saying that what already happened was worthwhile in the end because nothing ultimately bad seems to have happened.
They're in the. You two are private. You don't need to speak like you're in front of people.
Okay.
I was like,
You didn't die from being near the object, which is a great sign
But
that the object itself wouldn't do anything to you.
But that's a base level Dispel Magic. Once we get around people who can cast it much more powerfully.
Then we probably need to find a don't be dispelled thing.
We need a contingency plan.
anti magic.
I was thinking about like an anti-Phoenix.
Gwynwyn, you can create life. Can you fix Elle?
Here's the thing.
Therapy.
Okay.
That's what you're looking for.
You didn't.
We can now assume that Xerathol knows that.
Oh, absolutely, he knows for sure
Yeah.
because he was very cagey about it. Like he knew. You know what I mean? He knew that I knew
Cool.
because he was definitely poking and prodding.
Taking a bit of time.
Magically.
Taking a bit of time.
Sorry.
Why?
I didn't. Connor.
You're like magically. Magically.
I already saw you.
That's what made
move
me
in
laugh.
The corner of my eye.
Sorry.
You take a bit of time to consider some sort of strange magical impediment that's going on with Elilier.
Normally 120 feet for range.
Oh, it is one.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Bigger
mean,
than
come on.
counterspell.
Let me. I'll pull up the exact distance for it. If it comes up this session, we'll make an in-session ruling, but you'll have the actual thing physically next time.
I think it'd be more suspicious to get rid of it at this point.
Let's just ask not to cast towards me.
Maybe,
Right.
maybe if the egg,
You also it's literally targeted. It's just
Yeah,
a
you
spell.
choose.
maybe if we're able to figure out what the egg is, maybe it is a phoenix. Then we'll have plenty of feathers.
What I'll share with the rest of the party is, Hey, I think like the phoenix egg will temporarily kill me again if you use it. Not the phoenix egg. The phoenix feather will temporarily kill me again if you like use its ability towards me. So please do not.
All
So
right.
no tickling her with it. Can I make a history check? Because I don't remember hearing about phoenixes ever having to spell magic. Is that
I will
normal?
not. So this would be an Arcana check.
Arcana, sorry.
So just to know about the general abilities of phoenixes.
Yeah, because this sounds weird. I got a 4.
What you know is that Phoenix's whole deal is beginnings and ends, death and rebirth. That's what you know about phoenixes. And fire. Lots of, mainly fire, actually.
I have one last thing to add to L.
Yes.
Because we let him get away. More people probably know.
Maybe we should.
I might write a letter. I might write a letter.
We'll talk about that.
Oh!
Okay. Ending
And
the
then we can,
down
right, we
time.
can, and then we can fast forward.
We're
Sorry.
about 20 minutes over on that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Was Gwynwyn able to figure out what's the deal with the egg? Like what it is?
We only had about 2 days. If it's a beast, it would have to be a dinosaur. So it only be nearly big enough.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything natural that it
Maybe
could potentially be.
we need a better library.
No, I
Where
was
would you
looking at
find
natural things. Maybe I should look at
You
magical
also
constructs next.
spent 2 days.
Yeah.
Only 2 days were spent looking into this.
It might be that library might have that magical stuff you could look into to compare it to.
I'm really shocked at how enthusiastic you are about the library, but
I don't want to go.
Oh, you want us?
I'll go monster hunting.
We're
You
gonna
guys
all
can-
go
We're all
monster
going monster
hunting.
hunting.
Speaking of monster hunting, eventually you find your way down to the Defiant Smiles in Westgate, excuse me. Wow, Westbridge. In Westgate. It's a bit odd here. There are certainly less people in the streets than you're used to, and you do notice a military procession heading towards westward, out of the city, including what's the highest passive perception?
14 is tied.
14 is tied.
15.
15, you guys have leveled up.
Oh, you're right. I do have 15 now.
As you're kind of looking off in the distance, there is some sort of very large creature leading the military procession, but because you're quite a ways away, you're not certain of what it is, but it's some sort of huge-sized creature covered in gold and red armor. Probably about 12 to 15 feet tall, but a little bit longer than that. Some sort of massive, lumbering beast. But again, heading westward further in, you do see Milton Brask here as you enter the Defiant Smiles. Mr. Whitaker is not actually here to offer the mission himself, but Brask is very happy to receive you. Well, welcome back. You've come right here at the end. We do still have an option to intervene while there is still time. You've all been a bit preoccupied. Mm-hmm. There's been an issue in Westgate as of late. Yes, Ismini?
Probably too soon to ask. Gwynwyn did all the work for our last mission that we did. I was wondering if she had received her compensation yet.
Oh, I should be receiving that typically within a fortnight of the initial request. I apologize for not having received your coin quite yet.
We're new.
However, no, it's of course. Whitaker, of course, placed a down payment. The coin first with an additional reward at the end.
Oh, nice.
His master had requested assistance with a problem happening just outside the gates. You see, in just a bit outside the gate, there are quite a few hunters and other sorts of folks who'd like to be able to travel the Bulwark peacefully. Trail wardens who work to keep the path clear to head out of the city proper. But recently there have been some folks going missing, and rumor of some sort of large hound that has been harassing the various townsfolk. Hunters not returning, travelers not making it, carts found abandoned. They believe it to be the work of the wolves, but typically they don't come so far in, and, well, I'm embellishing upon the request. Mr. Thor's master is requesting for you to inquire into this wolf that apparently is harassing the people of Westgate. Find out if it is the source of the problems, and if so, capture it, slay it only if you must. And if it is not the cause, rectify the situation so that people may continue their transit into and out of the city. I have the payment here is 50 platinum pieces each, up front.
Each?
Yes, sir. Additionally, there will be a number of withdrawals from the personal treasury of Whitaker's master. Some form of ensorcelled jewelry. The specifics, unfortunately, were not yet provided. Though typically I don't take things on word alone. Whitaker has been very good to Adon and I in the past, and I hope he will do so. I would assume he would do so for you as well.
So go find the creepy wolf, capture the creepy wolf alive.
Make sure the
Preferably.
issue is the creepy wolf too.
If you'd like, I'd be happy to provide you with some rope should you subdue the beast to tie it up, but
We have some nut.
bringing a wagon into the Bulwark would be a bit challenging.
I think we can handle it.
That is fair. You do have our dear Silas here.
He's very strong and able to carry many heavy burdens.
I've been taking out the hauling tasks just for Silas.
Might be what. Yeah.
Winwin's gonna pull out her pinecone wolf and hand it to his meanie.
Ooh, spice. I don't like the spice.
Whatever happened to your pine cone?
Huh?
Now, I forgot to mention a particular quirk. Now, there is already a request that is being handled by a number of other mercenary guilds relating to securing the West Gate. However, they are explicitly to hunt down and slay the beast. The Ashen League has taken that request.
Oh, good. Our friend.
Additionally, it is my understanding that a number of smaller guilds, some freelance mercenaries, as well as a patrol of the Eltzian military, will also be in pursuit of the creature, as keeping the western gate open is of utmost import.
Did we have any defining characteristics? Did I just blank on them as you described the wolf?
Well, I don't believe that the rumors of it being wolves seems a bit unlikely. I actually believe it's more likely to be some sort of bandits, perhaps beastmasters. There could be animals around, but it's a bit too organized. The numbers are increasing, and there have been more and more hunters.
Okay.
So it seems the early bird gets the worm with all this competition.
Yes. Now the ride will be commencing. The hunt will be commencing in unison. As they're making a bit of a sport, is my understanding.
Sport
You,
of other people.
you have about 2 hours to make your way just west of the city to meet with the rest of them.
I'm so sorry I didn't prepare darkness.
It's alright, I got it.
Oh, my hammer gets rid of it.
I would warn you, if you do encounter the guards, I would be careful, as the captain of the Eastern Guard is going to be present on the hunt.
He's not nice.
He is the leader of the guard patrols in the wealthiest portion of the city.
Oh,
I'll allow you to interpret that however you please.
I've interpreted.
Fair enough.
Well,
I was like, bitch.
well, that may be the case. I would not advise telling Captain Krennic that to his face.
Meanie, did you prepare that like tarot card kind of reading thing spell that you have?
It's a ritual. I can just do that.
Yes, also, you've all had your full long rest. You've all prepared new spells if you got them.
Yeah.
Spell them if you got them.
I think that I took the spells that I wanted for the. I mean, I don't have the perfect list for this, but that's okay.
Did you ever tell us that royal family's name or noble
Yes,
family?
I did. Once we all came back to the house.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Sweet.
Leave
Okay. It's a course of action within the next 30 minutes. Do you have a particular request?
Something I don't either like should we
Should we kill the wolf?
should we kill the wolf?
And is in the next how long?
A course of action in the next 30 minutes.
That's only.
So like right when we leave, like right before we're about to leave, start preparing the spell. If we have 2 hours.
Yeah. And it takes me 10 minutes to cast because I don't have it prepared.
Try to cast as we walk out the gate is the aim.
Like have it be casting as we're walking out the gate is the idea.
Okay.
Sit at the
And
gate and
the
then
more
What happens if the action you're talking about isn't in the next 30 minutes?
Spell fizzles.
Page 215.
My apologies.
I think that it does like. The wording of the spell is very strange. Let me get the exact wording.
Oh, I agree.
The time for this, by the way, is 5 days.
5 days of hunting.
There are quite a large swath of land you're going to be searching through thick elven forest for something. But you are competing with lots of other folks.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Jake has got some determination going on right
You
now.
receive
I've
an,
been competitive tonight. We're gonna beat them.
you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. So a specific course of action. It doesn't have to be like final, like we kill the wolf, but like for
Hunt them.
But it's something you
Finds
find.
the wolf.
the DM chooses yeah.
So what is your exact request or question?
Here's the thing,
Fine.
right? The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as a casting of additional spells or the loss or gain of a companion. So it's very much like if everything stays exactly as it is in this moment.
Yeah.
It's
Such as
flashing
we
the second
believe the
spell.
wolf is the one we need to kill.
And
whereas we
every
don't
time you
know.
cast a spell, it gets more and
Worse.
more likely that it's incorrect. And
Okay, so what is your exact question?
that's why I was.
should we kill the wolf?
Maybe you should ask about. We're planning to go look for the wolf, so it's an action you're planning to take. Maybe something about.
We're planning to-
finding it.
Toria.
We are planning to hunt, and we're planning to leave to hunt and kill the wolf. Is my
It's question.
like I'm laying out the course of actions that we plan to hunt and kill.
Wheel and woad.
Wheel, woe, both, and nothing.
Would you like to flip your card?
It's that one.
Yeah, it is. Great. It's called the Broken One.
Same.
Whoa.
Relatable.
I see. I see this leaving us all worse than when we started. If we go and hunt it, I see this leaving us. Some part of us will be hurt by this. We physically, mentally, spiritually.
DM?
I get to interpret.
All right.
I was casting dragon bones in the last.
We all heading out to meet with the other hunters?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're gonna mingle
Yeah,
with them
let's,
first. See the competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Break their ankles.
Do you remember the name of the specific hunting guild that
yeah.
uses the yellow feathers?
You never went to investigate it after
haven't.
learning about it.
The
Or never went there.
Yeah, we never went there, but we got the name.
10 hair?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Marmon 10 hair.
Yellow
Marmon turn.
Oh, that's the Fletcher.
Marmontan hair was the Fletcher. It's the Hunter's Guild was the
Whistler's
Whistler's.
Lodge.
Whistler's
Lodge.
Lodge.
Hey.
That's it, yeah.
Thank
Because
you
the
guys.
I have it written.
particular fletching.
My handwriting's kind of bad sometimes.
Right.
hey, go note takers of the party.
I listened to 3 people chew a word for a while.
I just
You
have
like
Tincto
doing-
Bay written in like 8 places in
It's
my
such a
notes.
cute name, apparently.
And apparently it
And-
has like the fish with a mace or flail.
Yeah, it has flailfish.
I also
Mace
have
flail.
fantasy cocaine written in a few places, and I'm not entirely sure what I was referencing.
You all make your way.
Moving
Rolling past
on.
that. Moving past that.
Yeah.
You make
It's a
your
long
way
vision.
westward, leaving the gates of Eltz, for all of you except for Laurentius, for the first time in months. As you proceed out, the cool winter's air blowing through the trees, there is a low fog across the ground here. Not enough to block full visibility, but it's certainly it's potent. Like watch you. It's a little dangerous to sprint when you're not on the trail with the underbrush. Thorny, you have a question?
Yeah, because I was going out, was this wolf incident happening during the same time that I was going out, or was
It
this
wasn't
after?
something you heard about.
Heard about? Okay. Just curious if maybe I could
Oh, do we all get the 50
know
platinum?
something about it.
Yes, you all earned 50 platinum pieces.
Gosh, what are we gonna spend it?
Whitaker pays more than any other client that Brosk has told you about, though.
So I guess
Can
let's
we get a bit of
started.
music?
Ba-dum.
Cool.
So,
Okay.
are we starting?
As you begin proceeding outwards, heading towards the rendezvous point. Before you see the people, you do see the banners raised high up above. Some of the banners actually about 20 feet long, with a pair of men holding these, just standard bearers, amongst what looks to be a relatively large platoon of Ashen League mercenaries, wearing various forms of armor. You see some of them have, there are these people wearing plate armor with sashes of silver and of gray and beige. The actual, whoa. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. That's very sweet of you. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you to Pause 61.
Oh, thanks.
We really do appreciate it. We're getting so close to our Battlesphere goal, and that really does help us.
It's very possum of you.
Oh, no.
Awesome. Sorry. Ugh.
Incredible. We really do appreciate it. And I'm really looking forward to this Sunday's footnotes to talk about the sub reward for folks.
And Chuck.
There was another. I missed some. Oh,
What?
Chuck, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jack.
Thanks.
As you arrive at the rendezvous point, seeing this massive military force that's been assembled, the Ashen League probably has somewhere around 35 soldiers here. You also see smaller pockets of folks. You see what looks to be a couple of different adventuring parties that are going on. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it, Chuck.
Thanks, bud.
The different forces here are a bit odd. One of them is relatively familiar. I would say most familiar to Gwynwyn. I think Gwynwyn is Meanie, though Elle, you'd also recognize this as well. There are a trio of high elves in bronze armor with tall, long shields, gems in the center, standing and ready. A trio of Joya Teal.
What? I'm sorry.
I'm trying not to react as a person.
The North is gone, and now they're enjoying a teal. What?
Wait,
You see,
I'm writing a
quick
letter.
Reminder,
Have a reaction. Do you guys have a reaction?
they've not noticed you here as you're walking up. You see, all these people are waiting. I haven't gotten to the Eltzian military.
We can get
Can I describe them real quick, and then I'll let you guys decide what you're doing. You also do see there are about 40 members of the Eltzian Guard, red clothes, black accoutrements. Some of them higher-ranking members with gold accessories and gold embellishments. Led at the head, you see a man in looks like red armor, but it's weird. It's not perfectly smooth like plate mail, standing atop the mount you saw earlier. His hands resting on the almost fence-like construct on top of this massive armored war elephant. As he stands there, facing and looking down at all of the people who've gathered here.
Cousin.
I'm sorry.
You hear him barking orders out to his men, talking about valor, strength, prosperity, hope, giving a speech to his men before the day's hunt begins.
I think we
It seems like people are quite excited. It appears they're all waiting for some sort of signal that will be given off for everyone to go begin the hunt for this supposed wolf that has been harassing the folks around here.
It would be a shame if the Ashen League's banner were to be shoved over when that signal went off, you know?
Yeah, it would be. Or if maybe you guys seem to be eyeing those other guys with the
Oh yeah, the
fancy
shield, the
armor.
very pretty shield.
I'm trying to
Quite
go
elegant.
and
The very evil elves. Yeah.
And you would all know the basic history that the Joya
They don't
Teal,
look like
which is were part of a nation that no longer exists.
Nation.
So these would be called Joya Teal remnants. Were a group of high elves who, their leader, their former leader, once slew the leader of the Elven pantheon, the progenitor of the elves, in order to ascend to godhood.
Yeah, you know, the literal worst.
So they're bad?
And, yeah, no, so you would be familiar once you were told the name. You might not recognize armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're the
How
reason
are
there's
other
so few
people-
summer elves left.
I know who the Joya Teal are. I just
on.
didn't recognize it. All right, give me a break.
How are the people around
He
them
would know.
looking at them? Like, are
There's a lot of
Oh,
humans and half-orcs.
well, I know Connor
There's like
knows.
some people getting some side glances, but looks like they're here as mercenaries.
no one's even really batting that much of an eye.
They're not in the.
They're not in another group. They're not
Yeah,
in the
they're
Ashen
by
League.
themselves.
All elves know who the Joya Teal are.
Yeah.
Can
all
we kill them?
elves. Yeah.
That might
Cool.
be frowned upon with this
Oh, I'll wait till we're outside the gates.
friendly.
Oh, you're not outside the
game.
gates. You're in the bulwark
Competition.
along the trail further in.
No.
Once people are gone.
No, you are not.
Start.
There are 40 Eltz guards 20 feet away.
Once everyone disperses.
Just to
we
clarify.
can track
They
them.
deserve it.
I'll use my mage hand and just like put it away.
Once we all disperse, we can track them and kill them.
No.
Okay, I'll follow them.
We won't.
We should
Is
follow
Elle
them.
gonna
We
commit
should.
Murder?
Yes.
Oh wow.
You just
Okay.
did that last session.
I'm not judging.
did what?
I'm just think it's surprising.
Wait, you
Well
murdered
then.
one?
Yeah, murk someone.
The time draws close.
First blood.
This is Krennic on top of the elephant looking down. I am excited that so many have gathered here in the defense of my fair city. Let us work together. If we are victorious over the following days, then some portion of the glory will be all of ours. But to you who claims the head of this wicked beast, the king's blessings to you. My God, my players hate everyone who's stuffy. I love it.
We don't like authority.
None of us.
Hell no.
Hate it. No respect for it.
Except for Silas here.
Jake hates it though.
Yeah, Jake's hates it though.
Right, but like,
You watch, he pushes aside this cloak, the outside crimson, the inner lined with sparkling gold velvet-looking material. And rather than reaching for a sword, you see him pull out a small tube-like instrument, which Gwynwyn would recognize as a firearm, points it to the sky. Let the hunt begin! And fires into the air. Hi, Coco. Welcome. We got our little hunting dog here.
Yep.
Very good at it. Very effective.
Killer.
Monstrous.
Straight up killer.
And with that, some of the Eltzian military on their horses begin charging forward. The elephant trumpets toot toot as it begins charging into the woods. You watch as some of the people are heading north into the bulwark. Some people are heading south. As again, we don't really know where exactly this wicked foe might be.
I spent a lot of time around my old city, our old town, hunting beasts. Can I just try and think for a second what direction would be best to go?
I'm going to answer that question as a no. You can make survival checks if you had something specific you were looking for.
Yeah.
But where do wolves live? Forest is already a good answer.
Okay.
There's forest extending for dozens of miles in both north and south.
That's fair.
I can see my foe. Can I just track them?
Yeah, can Gwynwyn
Do you want to
and Elle
follow
go?
behind the Joya
Yes,
Teal?
absolutely.
I'm sending Squawk up half a mile and watching.
Gwynwyn's gonna
For
go
a
with
wolf.
Elle.
Oh, you're helping?
All right.
Oh, yeah. Great,
I'm going to
wonderful.
need a survival check, and whoever's leading this gets advantage because the rest of the party seems to be helping them. Would that be you,
I think
Ililia?
we have different goals.
It might be
We
you.
do.
Oh, I can make up.
Yeah, with advantage.
The party's
Well,
I will mention, Elle, you're faster. Yours the speed of the Joya Teal, and the rest of the party is not.
Okay.
You'll lose the party if you're going full bore.
we can't.
Oh yeah, I
Wait, never mind. I'm his meanie. I'm on Elle's side.
I need to know what Elle is doing.
kind of really want to kill these people.
Yeah.
I'm like one track mind.
We have already been paid for a different job. That's not right.
We're taking out them first, and then we'll go hunt them.
Do you mind if I
We'll take it
go?
down. Go ahead.
Okay. A 12.
Return
12?
portion.
Great.
You begin moving forward into these woods, chasing after not the original mark you were hired for, but these Joya Teal, these elven traitors to the pantheon you worship. The ones who are the result of the slaughter of your people. As you continue forwards, pushing in, it's very difficult to track, and you're certainly losing pace. We do get to the point where Squawk, not able to keep track with the fog, with the fact that these Joya Teal, they move quickly and relatively quietly. Their strange augmented form of plate from the Hell Knight orders allows them to move much quieter. As they begin moving through the fog, getting a little bit thicker as we proceed on. Connor, roll me a d20.
We're screwed.
No, we
are
shouldn't be
dead.
fighting them in the first place.
11.
11. As you continue moving forward, there is a strange sound. Elle, you've been so singularly focused on what you're doing. As you step on something, it's odd. It's no longer underbrush, no longer twigs, but canvas. And as you look down, it's a destroyed tent. You look over things are a bit weird. And as you look to the far side, a stump over just on the side of this small campsite, there's a still smoldering little bit of campfire, so relatively recent. In the last 12 hours or so, there was a flame here. You see horns embedded into a nearby tree is a deer. Its head forcibly jammed into the wood, and you watch as some of its legs are still moving. The creature itself is still alive.
Going to go save it.
You get close to the deer.
Yeah.
As you're walking towards it, kind of looking at this thing's face, there's foam pouring out of the sides of its map. It's going to attempt to kick you.
It's fine.
Has a flat 16.
17 AC.
17 AC. Goes and tries to kick, just kicks you in the chest, knocks a little bit of the wind out of you, and this thing is furiously kicking, staring at you. Its eyes blaze, like just horrifying looking, these big, like overly wide for a deer, what you're seeing. And you realize that it's pushing inwards. This thing pushed itself. No, it's trying to get out, but as it's digging its feet and trying to get speed, it's not focused on getting itself out as much as charging you. This deer, very aggressively flailing about, doesn't seem like it's able to get itself out. You can free it if you'd like to. But there is, looking around here, you are over a small destroyed campsite. If someone wants to investigate, you absolutely may.
The droids who are they escaping us?
If you're staying here and trying to figure out what's going on, yes.
Oh, no. I understand.
They should be put down like dogs.
We can wait until nightfall for that, but we also have a job.
We were already paid for this job. It is not right for
We're
us.
professionals.
It is the right thing to do. I will say that.
It's the right thing to do, but it's not what we're doing now. We'll investigate this campsite, but I think we need to get back on track.
Listen,
And then
remember,
we
tonight,
can figure out where they're going afterward. We can find them. We'll all join it. We'll all kill them with
Okay. We'll get our
gladly.
When will cast detect magic on the campsite?
And I'm gonna poke around in the sticks and look for a wolf.
Ritual?
Nope, just casting first level spell.
The deer is currently in the effects of some sort of enchantment spell.
That's what I was thinking.
Can I try and knock him out while he's stuck in the tree?
Yeah, it's a deer.
I feel bad about this, but yeah.
Non-lethal?
Non-lethal. Oof, poor thing.
I'm not going to make you roll for this, as the deer itself has 10 or less hit points.
Yeah.
You take a second and are just able to, you subdue the deer. It's not even fully unconscious. You hit it and are able to kind of just get it still. Are you removing it from the tree, though?
Tying it up, then removing it.
Okay, tying up this deer. Okay, we'll see what you're gonna do with it. But it takes you a bit. You knock this deer unconscious. Remove it from the tree after tying it up, and this creature. The spell itself is not fading. You are able to see that.
Are there any like marks on the deer that are noticeable?
Give me a general investigation check. You're looking at the deer. Does someone else want to look at the campsite?
Yeah, I wanted to see
I'm casting a spell.
if there's
16.
Okay, 16. Looking at this does not have. The things you first look for are broken off arrows, scarring. The only wounds on this look to be around one of the horns where they had kind of dislodged and damaged some of the actual skull, the area around the scalp. But also, you do notice that the deer itself has small pieces of flesh around its mouth, where it appears to have bit through while biting something. This deer has recently bit something, as you see that not all the blood on its chin is its own.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
this used to be a campsite. Is there
Deer's he?
any
Recently, a small campsite.
Is there any sign of like?
They can.
Just making sure. They can.
I kind of have two questions.
What
And
are
it's-
your questions?
And it's mostly either like, is there a clear sign that something came from one direction and went to the other, or if there would be any signs of like
Survival check
humans heading
would
one
be
the
looking
other
for
way?
tracks.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
essentially.
Please.
I'm not rolling well today at all.
Did you have a 10?
No.
Kind of looking around, you're not entirely certain. It takes you a little bit. And it's not so much that you don't learn anything, but it takes you a little bit longer than you'd like. The party takes some time flipping things over. There's not really much in terms of valuables. There's a short bow, as well as a quiver of arrows here. Nothing terribly interesting there. Some field rations. Looks to be a nice thick cloak, excuse me. That would be good for rain. But eventually, oh, did you have a question before I finish?
Blood?
Looking around on the underside of the tent, it looks like there's a wide rip, and there's a small pool of blood on the cot underneath this. But as you pull this up, you do see the blood trail moves off in one direction, but rather than footsteps, it looks like something was dragged away.
I think we should go that direction.
Might be a good start. Yeah.
We know people who have been going missing. This is clearly someone has gone missing.
This is recent. Pretty recent.
Okay. I'll have to ask Victoria when she gets back what spell she was trying to cast.
Yeah.
Before then,
Does the blood look fresh?
Not terribly. It's, like I said, it's probably about half a day old where you're at.
That's fresh.
I'm gonna
Oh, sorry.
just asking. This thing's probably gonna hurt someone if we don't do something. Do you know anything magical that'll stop this? If not, I'm gonna have to.
I'll walk away. I can use the feather.
Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea.
Dispel magic.
Yeah, I'll walk the other direction. I'll walk. Do I have to get 120 feet away?
No, it's a targeted spell.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
Targeted
targeted
spell.
people.
You're just gonna walk
Don't
away.
I
like
like walk
fighting
away
while
like a
you
safe
use
distance.
Yeah, it just lets you know it cannot hurt you unless your players try to do something that's PvP. And we've got our
we need to
PvP
keep
guy.
that.
I still
What
get
is your spell you were casting, Victoria?
It was
Find familiar for Hoot and Chirp to come out as hawks.
Ah, Flock of Familiars.
Flock familiars.
Great.
Never mind. Where is she? Doesn't matter.
oh, my baby.
Okay.
Oh, there she is.
All right.
Lost the dog.
You found a trail of blood and drag marks leading further into the forest, going further to the north.
For Hoot and Chirp, because they're with Flock of Familiars, I can see out to a mile with them, and they are hawks, so they have keen sight. So I'm gonna.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, Victoria, as you party said they wanted to just continue. So dispelling magic first off on the deer.
Yes.
The deer calms. It just kind of looks. It looks up and it starts like flailing a little bit because it's been tied up.
Oh yeah,
Once
untying it while it's flying.
Kind of looks at you for a moment and then begins sprinting away. Very much actually like a deer, like leaping into the air. It doesn't look terribly injured, though you do see it's really damaged one set of its antlers. But
At least he's alive is the thing.
They
it
grow
was a
back.
decent-sized buck.
They grow back.
Didn't deserve to die.
Coco was being adorable.
Coco's always been adorable.
All the love in the world.
Heading on, because you have that flock of familiars, I want you to go ahead and roll me 2d20, Victoria.
2d20?
Yes. Basically, I'm gonna, and again, higher doesn't matter. I need to know both results.
It's cocked, dang it. A 2 and a 12. The 15 was cocked.
He made a face.
I'm gonna actually ask you to pick 2 or 12.
Sorry, guys.
2.
2.
Alex, we're into that weird song I was talking to you about.
Yes, I love hearing that this is a weird song.
Weird song.
Poor Hoot.
You see a person dressed in sort of blue puffery, with coming out of it a bit of metallic armor off in the distance. This humanoid figure holds a long polearm and appears to be looking around out of their large amphibian eyes as this frog-like man is peering around, and you hear him.
I'm so glad I picked 2.
Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for
The
this
man
gift.
continues walking. He's kind of walking at a 90-degree angle. So if you guys were heading upwards, he's heading from left to right. He's not currently, doesn't appear to have noticed you.
I'm orienting the party in that direction, and I'm just asking for poor dear Chirp to kind of do like a loop.
It's this way, guys.
Probably. I have him for an hour.
You take a little bit further, and as you are approaching, it's very clearly, this man stands about 5.5, maybe 5'8" kind of area. Again, big polearm, dressed up like a very fancy knight. 2 legs, tall, skinny. Let me grab him just for the players.
Yes.
How did you know my next is NPC?
But he does not appear to notice you. Oh, come on! Where did you go?
Are you looking for something?
Oh! Oh! Hello!
Hi.
It's worse than a dog's voice.
No, it's great. It's so good.
Clola dying constantly kills everyone. We have to put this miniature on our Discord to show everybody what this is.
I've been looking for one of my friends, unfortunately, was taken from me, and I'm trying to find him now.
What did
Should we help?
Yeah, what did your friend look like?
Oh, well, my friend, he kind of looked like me, only if I wasn't, an honorable knight of the Primrose.
You're a knight of the Primrose.
Hey, could
What
we
would
have your
name
name,
happen to
Mr.
be,
Knight?
Sir Knight?
My name is Foland.
Fallen of the Primrose Order.
Yes. I don't mean to come and trespass in, your realm. I'm just trying to find my friend. There was this, I don't know why he went along with him.
Who'd he go along with?
Well, my little friend, he went away with a goblin, and I'm trying to find the goblin.
Did you see what
The
direction they went? My birds can go help look.
I think he went east, but I've been trying to find him, and honestly, he's not responding to my calls.
I'll send a bird east and a bird north.
Okay, as you begin flying outwards, Foland kind of just...
I really want to find him. He's not...
As you look at this man, I don't know if any of you have ever been in a swamp or near a swamp. This creature is strange. This is not unlike Loxodons, which are elephant folk, frog folk, you really have to rack your brains for a minute, and the only sort of frog folk you know of are bullywugs. And bullywugs are very different than this man you're seeing here before you. They're typically much shorter.
Could a player know what they are?
This is a bullywug knight.
I really appreciate... I'm so sorry.
Are you all introducing
Yeah,
yourselves to
absolutely.
Foland?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, I need to find my friend and then head back home.
Well, Honorable Knight, I think that we are more than happy to help.
Well, I would really appreciate that.
My birds are looking now.
I'll give you a perception check.
Hey,
They have advantage.
while I got you here, while we're waiting to
Yes.
see if we can find your friend, have you maybe noticed any big wolves?
Oh yeah, we are here.
I actually did see a wolf. There was one running about. They're quite large. I normally see him on the other side. To find him here is a bit strange.
On the other side?
Oh, I had to come here through a bit of fade grass to get here.
Where did you happen to see this wonderful wolf at? We'd love to see him with our own eyes.
Oh, he's a bit northeast of here. Last I saw, he was chasing down this really scared-looking lady, but, well, sometimes you gotta chase.
Quite right, Sir Knight. Much like we gotta chase your friend and that goblin.
Oh, I would really appreciate that. I have to be back in time, well...
Dinner?
No, we're having a bit of tea in the garden.
Do the birds have keen sight? Do I get advantage?
Yes.
And then I'd assume they have the same stats as a raven.
Yeah. The music?
19.
I have good news and bad news.
Okay, great.
The good news is you might see a goblin. In fact, you do. There is off in a sort of clearing in the distance. The trees kind of break up a little bit, but you do see what looks to be the remnants of some collection of structures. However, in your time looking here, it's probably been about 45 or so minutes, searching through the forest, looking for this wolf. It appears that this strange pink-robed goblin holding a staff up in the air, back and forth, is marching around on a little wooden platform on top of a massive elephant. You seem to have once again found the mount of Captain Krennic, this time ridden by a goblin. Around it, however, you do see a couple more things. Because of that good roll, you see what looks to be there is a wolf that is kind of marching lockstep with the elephant, and behind that, a giant frog. They are marching in a line.
Can we join?
Would your friend
It is a normal-sized wolf.
happen to be more
Oh, he's a big old frog.
Does he walk on 2 legs or does he? Like...
Oh no, frogs don't do that. Bullywogs do.
Okay, I may have
Don't
found.
be ridiculous.
I may have found your friend.
Oh, splendid! Let us save them. Oh,
Was the
well,
goblin pink?
He was.
We found your friend, most likely.
Okay. We'll go get back my friend.
Yes.
I would really appreciate that.
Yes, let's go.
We shall
Start
go.
charging.
Post haste.
Well, okay. And if he's real mean, just stay close to me.
Absolutely.
Braces himself with a pole arm.
Thank you, brave
Gentle
knight.
knight.
Thank you, honorable knight.
100% sincere. I
All
love
right.
a frog dandy.
As you begin charging forward, I have to ask a question. I have to ask you, do I need to roll for initiative?
We won't
Yes.
attack him.
I think that the frog
Not the
has taken
frog,
care of the
right?
situation already.
You all begin heading further inwards towards the
We have
clearing.
the deer still. We can trade.
No, you release the deer.
Oh,
Yep.
never mind.
Sorry.
The clearing itself has to looks to be on the ground
We have
level.
lots of
There are
them.
several destroyed buildings, as well as a tall stone column that, now that you're watching, you can see the goblin standing atop the elephant is marching around the actual pillar itself. He's kind of doing a little dance on the top. This goblin, as you're a little bit closer, the staff itself, the goblin is carrying, looks to have his own face etched onto the end of it.
Oh. Good Sir Goblin, where did you find such a nice mount?
Oh, this mount found me.
It did it?
Amazing.
The mount is for me.
Why, yes it is.
Oh, wait a second. Look at your ankles, all unbitten. Go get him, Scrappy.
With this, you watch as he points down, shakes his staff a little bit, and the wolf stops marching, turns 90 degrees, and begins sprinting towards you.
Enjoy.
And then the elephant begins marching. You got a little bit of time. The wolf is running. What are you doing?
I'll
Wait,
stay
sir-
behind for the wolf, y'all go ahead.
Wait, Sir Goblin.
What are you saying?
I was wondering if you'd be interested in a trade.
Oh, Scrappy, stop.
I see you have a lovely dancer and another one. What if we trade you your one dancer for 3 new ones? I know of these shiny dancers in the woods that I think you would just love, and I can point you right in the right direction.
You want to give me a deception check?
I was hoping for more persuasion.
I think you're trying to trick someone.
Okay, that's fair.
Possibly trick them.
Yeah, but that's deceptive, if you will.
Oh, I was getting ready.
Can I have someone else's D20s because mine have betrayed me today?
I've been doing really well.
Oh,
He actually is.
I don't know if you can trust this guy. He deceived me, and now he has my frog.
A math 20.
Nice.
Big old grin on my face.
This is how you can
It's,
I'm getting a nat 20.
Oh
It's
no, I
the
don't
one
like his
I
smile.
practiced in the mirror growing up.
Don't need to give him a bicycle.
I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm gonna use this. You want to use it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
11.
Okay.
As you're kind of speaking, trying to lie to this creature, looking up at it, telling...
Is it a charmed effect?
It is a charm effect.
Can I have your other dice? No.
You feel just momentarily like, why would I want to lie to this friendly person? Honestly, you really feel the urge to praise the Nilbog.
I'm so mad.
Connor, if you don't mind, could you start like scooching this stuff so it's over there and grabbing
Yes.
the player minis? I think I'm gonna need them.
I have no idea what this.
You have something to offer me?
Well, if you
I
get
already
it,
have so many fine pets.
Do you
well,
take
if you
coin?
if you don't find your 3 new companions, and trust me, there are lots of other companions roaming around this woods that would love to join the dance.
I will whistle. And on my arm. Poof, poof. 12 seconds.
I think I have something else to offer.
I was gonna have chirp.
Give them the birds. Yeah, they disappear.
That's even better.
That's what I thought you were doing.
I was gonna give him a filter of love.
That wolf is getting closer. Oh, okay, this isn't sharp. It's more for ceremonial purposes.
Well,
Get behind me.
ceremonially stand behind us.
Maybe I should offer the filter of love.
I was gonna offer chirp.
These two things.
Not
If the
ready.
wolf gets
Initi-
within 60 feet, I'm pushing it back.
The wolf is within 60 feet of
Then
you.
I'm pushing it back.
I'm gonna need you to roll for initiative, Connor.
Okay.
Just Connor?
No, I'm gonna need everyone to roll for initiative. Oh gosh.
Jesus.
I need the.
I'm gonna give this one another chance.
Go ahead and put us. Turn me off, Alex.
Yeah. Oh,
I blame you.
let's put that on the list. That's my fault?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You shoved the wolf. You gave us all bad luck.
We all
I need this
kept.
whole space.
I'm protecting you, motherfucker.
We got a girl boss in chat.
Yes.
Do you
Matt?
need this?
I didn't anticipate a monster like this so soon.
I had this for ages.
I'm so excited.
I do with this.
I only know the Tyler the Creator album.
I weirdly enough sent Matt a message
I don't know
about
where you
this,
want this, or if you can use it.
about this monster.
All right. First of all, how dope is that?
Oh
Nice.
god, do we get to keep it?
Cool. No.
You get to keep it. What's wrong with you? Who raised you?
It's my cousin.
Cousin.
I can't believe I couldn't sell him the Joy of Teal.
I thought when you said we have 3 of them, you meant her familiars. You were going to give them the
Oh
birds.
no, I
to
was hoping we
disappear
could
later.
convince him to go hunt down the Joy of Teal and they could.
I also
dance
thought you meant
forever.
birds.
Right?
I said shiny. Oh,
I thought about ravens. I'm sorry. My
No, when you
Right,
said
no, when you
shiny, I
said
knew
shiny,
immediately.
Obsidian Hole.
Joy
No.
Teal.
I thought obsidian skull, because obsidian skull, raven.
No, she said shiny.
That's fair.
That is fair.
Oh, that is a pretty. Oh, I'm so excited for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh almighty.
I'm charmed.
You'll just have it'll relate to this first action.
You want the big one?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, heavens. Took that sea. Oh, no.
He's behind us. He's ceremonially behind us.
So mad at you right now.
That was pretty decent roll for Christmas.
Oh, no, that was
I only have a
phenomenal.
+1 to
This thing is
deception.
You don't know. What, you think I used the base one? All right. Let's get some initiative rolls, everybody.
Super zoomed in for some reason.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, that did get moved a little.
It did. All right, I'm in the worst place for this.
Connor, yeah, Chloe.
Might need to get you back.
Team effort.
Sorry, guys. We're learning.
It's our first time with this view.
Right? Super cool, though.
All right, we got one person just on the screen. That's okay. We're gonna be moving in, right?
Yeah.
Terrible.
That should be good.
Okay. Starting. Let me. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead. Oh, not bad. Siknar is at initiative 17.
I don't think it's good.
All right. Continuing onwards, let's get Laurentius.
I got 13.
Silas.
2.
Not the worst then.
Gwynwood.
7.
Math 20.
Math 20 for his meanie.
There it is.
She's ready for today.
Yeah, finally.
And finally, Alilia.
8.
Nice. Luckily,
Normally,
the wolf
I rolled my
goes
nat
on
20
one.
early. I'm sorry.
I should have known when Jake and I rolled off earlier. Pre-session.
Passive perceptions are 15. Okay, we're good.
Yep.
Great. Then start of the round.
like that question.
There is no surprise. We're going to start off with is meanie.
So I'm gonna guess he's about 70 feet away from me based off of angles and hypotenuses and stuff.
He is in this square.
Okay, cool.
50.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna bonus action hex him
Okay, he's hexed.
and then cast Chill Touch.
Okay. You begin firing upwards. You see this Nilbog with this nice railing around him. He is going to get a bit of an armor bonus up there.
Natural 20 for a 28.
Nice.
Okay, firing the spectral hand, and it's upgraded now.
So it'll be
Next two.
48 of necrotic damage plus the hex damage, which
Oh,
That's
is
crit.
20.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Which
I was
is
like,
a-
what? Huh? Oh,
which
okay.
is a d6, so it'll be 2d6.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I love my life right now.
She's
So
about
many
to
fun
murder.
Nice
Murder.
life. Ooh.
I'm so sorry. Before you tell me that damage, make me a charisma saving throw.
11. Wait. No, I'm not wasting this. Sorry.
I let her roll that out, and I felt so guilty about it.
Worse.
Oh.
9.
The spell begins to conjure in your hand, and you spend your turn praising the Nilbog.
Can I please add up my damage, at least to know how much necrotic
You
damage
may,
I've
but
done?
I'm afraid as you fire the spell, you realize this illusion of you getting this critical hit. I'm so sorry. Well, it's just a fantasy. What do you praise
It's
about
a
the
critical
Nilbog?
praise.
It was 32 necrotic damage. Ooh.
That's a lot.
Are you okay?
You will spend your action praising the Nilbog,
I will-
beginning the march.
Cry tears of joy.
That's your.
Just
It
out
is
of
still hexed, though.
strength.
Great. That is going to be Sicknarf's turn.
I'm
All
so
right.
mad.
Well, let's continue then.
Oh my God.
Scrappy. And the rest. Get 'em.
And the rust?
And the rest. On its turn,
I'm so sorry.
it's going to go ahead and command the elephant. Move here, get on the other side of this small wall.
Huh, not only are you uglier than this one, you look dumber too.
Could you repeat that in an eligible, like.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Jake.
What kind of an effect is this?
Make a wisdom saving throw, Jake.
Wisdom save? 9.
Wow, we're doing
That is a fail.
Yeah, I think we're gonna die
You
here.
take 5 points of psychic damage and have disadvantage on your next attack roll as he casts Vicious Mockery.
I love him.
roast.
Did he just?
Roasted.
I feel hurt.
You know what?
I love him
Join me.
so much.
I will.
He's gonna go ahead and
For now.
continue his movements. Just kind of turn around. You watch this elephant tap his foot, get ready to go.
Oh no.
That would be the wolf's turn. Go ahead and have you.
Oh, there's more.
Go ahead.
There's always friends.
There's always. Straight.
It's like wolves like to be in packs.
Some-
Something like that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like they have tactics about it or something.
Now, because I had these guys hiding, I'm going to go ahead and have them. They're not moving their full movement. A little bit apprehensive as they begin to kind of surround you all. The first one, though, Silas, I'm going to nip at your knees. Scrappy's going to do what Scrappy's going to do. Okay. Plus 19.
That definitely hits.
And you're currently using your hammer?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I don't have a shield up.
Make me a strength saving throw while I roll the damage for this.
I don't like these saves. Oh, so close to greatness.
Did not.
6 points of piercing damage.
And only 8 on that save.
An 8 total. You are knocked prone.
Yep. Wolf.
And that'll then be Laurentius' turn. Elle, you're on deck.
I'm gonna hex Goblin Boy.
He's double hexed!
Which ability?
Let's do Dex.
Great.
It is this point where I apologize. Just letting you know. And this, you can change this if you don't realize. Only one of the hex. So the disadvantage things, the most recent would be. So he would now be Dex and no longer Strength. You both still deal the damage, but there is a specific. One of the weird rules. We'll tell about on Sunday.
Okay.
I didn't know that, so I'll stick with it. Dex, yeah.
Multiple abilities with the same name.
And then I'll Eldritch Blast.
Am I
Eldritch
charmed?
Blast him.
Charmed?
You're charmed. You use your action, and then you're good now. Good now.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
Am I making any charm save? Anything?
You do. Make me a DC 12 charisma save.
Okay, 18 on the die.
18 on that, you're great. You feel strange for a moment as he attempts to...
I almost got 2 natural 20s, so. But I got 1 natural 20.
Okay.
And then the other one's a 19.
Okay. Those will both super hit. A 19 hits, but not as well as you'd like it to.
Well, that's a 19 on the die.
19 on the die. Oh, both super hit. For a moment, you think one of them is going to break through the side of the... One of them is going to just fizzle on the side of the actual mount, but it actually pushes through.
3d10 and 3d6.
Oh my god. Hey, he's living vicariously through
Not
Connor.
really. Yours is a little better. You have 48.
It was nice. I miss it.
Ooh, pretty.
That hurts.
The part where Connor doesn't like me anymore.
He hasn't rolled his charm yet.
No, he passes charm.
There's something coming?
Okay.
Jake knows this creature. Jake and I have had a conversation about it in the past.
They're just so cute. And
25.
25 points of damage?
Yeah. Do you want
sorry.
the hex and the necrotic separate?
No.
Okay.
Those all of them would work, but you watch as he strikes, he lifts his staff up in the air and is going to use his reaction, the reversal of fortune. You watch as his staff goes limp, falling to the side,
Happens to the
and it
best
looks
of us.
like the damage was nullified.
You want to join my march?
Well,
we
that's my
stab
turn.
him.
Yes. I will let you know that did consume his reaction.
Okay.
And his staff, it looks like.
That was funny.
Oh, I loved it. That was such
All right. Next in the initiative is going to be Ililia. Gwyn, when you're on deck.
Remind me, is jumping's not an action?
No, it's part of your movement.
Cool.
Are you gonna jump over me?
How tall is the mount?
It is 15 feet tall.
And I have one other question, which is he looking at us as we feel the charmed effect?
Yes. He's watching over the battle.
Okay.
It doesn't look like he has to do anything, though. He hasn't, reacted by throwing his hands at you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, you're good. My apologies.
So they're both leveled spells. As my
I'm going to give Victoria back her bicycle, as she is currently within the aura of your frog friend.
My boy. I love him.
How tall was the mount again?
15 feet.
I can jump that high.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Reference.
I'm going to bonus action cast Expeditious Retreat,
Oh, no.
which when I cast, I can dash on that turn.
Yep. 70.
Going to dash
Uh-huh.
and take a 10-foot running start and jump 15 feet.
Would you like to end up, if I'm reading this correctly, you'd end up here. Is that the idea?
Yes.
Taking an attack of opportunity from this?
Mhm.
12. That's
That
a
does
miss.
not hit.
You leap up. He looks at you.
Ah! What have you done? Why are you on my mount? This stage has only room for one performer.
You're not doing it much justice then.
He's not wearing metal, right?
He is not. He is wearing a pink robe and holding a floppy goblin staff.
Amazing. So seeing him and being up close, wow, I can't believe I was actually able to do this. I'm 100%
If you're trying
sure.
to damage him, make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no, I'm not trying to damage him. I would like to pull a Silas, as I would think of it, and
You want to grapple him?
I'm trying to give him the biggest hug ever. Yes, I'm trying to grapple him.
Okay, this does not damage him, but I will make my check. Go ahead and make your athletics check.
I can't tell if that's amazing or horrible.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
21.
21.
He wins.
This would be Dex, so it's disadvantage. Thank you so much, Alex. 14.
We match.
We match.
Unless I can use acrobatics.
No, you can't
Yeah,
use acrobatics.
fair.
However, you would win the result of this.
Yep.
All right, so go ahead. He is now currently grappled. You grab this man. He looks at you and starts slapping
so
you
many
with a
conditions.
stick. It doesn't hurt. It's like a big rubber rod. It's terrible. Shut up, Jade.
That constitutes my action, right?
It is. It replaces an attack.
Okay.
You have 2 attacks.
Bite him.
I just don't think the thing I can do, I can do as an attack.
We could shove him off.
I want to throw ourselves off the elephant.
Oh, it's called the shove action. It's also replaces attack.
Yes.
It's the same exact type of roll.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's go again.
It's not.
It's not gone.
It's a natural
5.
20.
If that was Tom.
So are you releasing him or are you pushing him off the elephant?
I'm pushing him off the elephant.
So he
Fall.
the grapple condition.
Everybody dies.
L dies.
Again.
L is now riding the elephant.
My elephant now.
And he's going to take 2d6 fall damage.
And
hope
he's
you roll
disadvantage on.
And it's not prone.
Yeah, we can't hit him very well, but maybe
Yeah,
we'll-
ranged
I
attacks
figured
are-
we couldn't hit him very well, but we could probably run up and shove him off of his elephant.
I hit him. He just
He had
went
plus 5 to his
no.
AC while he was on top of the elephant. That's so good.
Fair.
Okay.
My poor crit.
I haven't used any of my abilities to do this.
Same with
Colonel.
me too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I see a crit from you?
Anything else, L?
That was,
Gwynwyn's
that
turn.
was everything.
Gwynwyn, what would you like to do?
I like the most I could be
Sorry,
in line
how
of
many
sight
ones
of
have you
him.
rolled today?
One.
I'm
You're
impressed.
good now?
Perfect. I am casting a spell.
Yeah. Same.
Okay.
I'm casting Melt's Acid Arrow.
Okay, it is a ranged attack versus a prone target, so this is with disadvantage.
Do I have to make a charisma save first?
Do you have to make a charisma save? It's technically, by the way, before dealing damage, so it's you cast the spell and see if it works.
14.
14 is a pass. You fire this beautiful arcing green jet of acid.
16.
16 points of damage?
No, 16 to hit.
16 to hit. 16 to hit is a hit because he's no longer on top of the elephant.
Your hit is
So-
She did disadvantage.
6. 9 points of acid damage this turn, and then he'll take 2 more d4. No, sorry, 14 points of acid damage this turn, and then he'll take 2 more d4 next turn.
He screams. He does not like this. It is a little more jovial than you'd expect, but it does seem to be working. Anything else, Gwynwyn?
No, that's it.
It's Silas's turn. And wait, is it on his next turn?
It's on my turn.
Your turn. That makes more sense. Silas, what would
Yeah.
you like to do, friend?
I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up.
And you proudly stand up.
I'm going to attempt one attack. Oh my god.
I hate you.
Got the feed.
I wasn't
It
expecting
made no
any
sense
of that.
coming from you.
I didn't even register it.
Jake, what do you say? Use half your movement to stand up. Your DM sings a weird song.
I'm gonna try and hit the
So
dog.
back to elementary school.
The wolf.
Yeah, go for it, boo.
Let's see. This is a 22 to hit.
22 does hit. Roll that damage on that wolf.
8 damage on the wolf.
Okay, and that is on Silas Wolf.
Once per turn with the Crusher Feat, if I hit someone with bludgeoning, I can move them back 5 feet. I am then going to use the rest of my movement to get this square in between Thor and his meanie.
Thor.
Oh, in between, sorry, on the next to the frog. Yes. Sorry, that didn't
Howard.
make much sense. Not
Great.
arguing.
We're used to it.
Yeah.
I'm not even arguing.
You're all staying in a clump, and I got on top of the elephant.
I want to give it to his meanie, but I'm gonna move the frog back and give him a bonus to his AC using
Okay.
superiority die. I want to give it to his meanie, but the frog must
No.
live.
To push him away.
I'm putting him behind.
You have
me.
to swap places with him.
It's not swap places. Let me read this again.
He was already behind you though.
Yeah, he was already behind you.
Yeah, it is switch places. You're right. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. There.
Right, so you meant to go over here and swap places with him.
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Yeah, okay. It's okay.
You just leave your wizard in the
Yes,
front
plus
row.
8 to his AC.
He has a 26 armor class.
Look, I don't always make.
So
the
you give
best
it to
decisions.
the-
I just made the best.
The NPC character,
Oh, thank you.
Not
It's
one of
much
the-
easier being green.
player character.
Look, us
Anything else in your turn, Silas?
non-human, like Creatures have to stick together.
Is he gone?
You haven't moved away from him. All he doesn't have any attacks. It is a ceremonial weapon. He's here to buff.
He's team buff.
I regret
Yeah.
nothing.
It's you have a wizard and
Silas, do you have any more actions on your turn? This has been one round.
So if I had an action, it would be No, actually, I don't. I would have to make another.
Top of the round is going to be Ismini.
I cry at the ridiculousness of everything going on in my life right now.
Elle is riding an elephant, and the elephant is beginning to charge.
I regret nothing.
Don't get close to it.
He
I'm
wants to
looking,
get
I'm
close
looking,
to
I'm
it.
looking.
I got the curved pieces, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty.
They're pretty cool.
I like them.
Warlock tiles are really neat. So is Dwarven Forge. We like both of you.
So what is this pillar from?
What?
What is the pillar from?
Oh, this is just a 3D printed pillar.
Nice.
Super
that
pretty.
I'm a
We
big
got it.
fan of.
We got it at that convention, right?
We got it at a convention, yeah.
Nice.
If we can find out who made it, we will happily post it on the
I think we
Discord.
have it on our fridge.
Oh, perfect.
Great. This guy is,
What are you doing, Ismini?
oh, he's laying down on the ground like a laziness.
Yeah, he's prone.
He hasn't got to go!
Hit him with a save.
But I don't
Never
get
suck.
hex.
That's true. But you can hit him.
There's a wolf in front of me.
There are a couple wolves.
Ismini, I need to know what you're doing.
I'm gonna chill touch the wolf in front of me.
Okay. The one between the two?
Yeah.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
14.
14 to hit
Yeah.
is going to be a miss.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Dives just barely out of the way.
Or wolf.
That is
Has higher AC.
then going to be
So does the frog.
Sicknarf's turn. I love this name. I'm so sorry.
It's a sick name for a sick knot.
He's gonna go ahead and stand up into his hexes. His many, many hexes.
Oh, I'm an idiot. You can hold actions. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Running away, are we?
Right here. He's in the space just next to this. You see the goblin kind of begins diving over to the side, running towards the other frog, looks to you and raises up the staff, which is now once again, you can see just his smiling face in the end of the rod, points at you, begins casting a spell.
Does it look strong?
Snap is what?
Make an arcana.
27.
It is not as powerful as it is a second level spell. What I will tell you. Doing it?
Why not? Let's go.
I need to know what you're doing.
Taking it, I think.
Just use more words for me.
I'm gonna counterspell it.
Okay.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Is that the first counter
It's our
spell of the
first
campaign?
counter spell.
First counter spell.
I couldn't help
Sorry.
myself.
I will tell you this. You just counterspelled the spell enlarge reduce.
Oh no!
What was the counter?
You would be
Well, you're going to
tiny.
find out on this turn because the frog and the elephant act. The frog is going to go ahead and go hop, 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 and attempt to bite you. It can't swallow medium creatures.
No.
I was going to eat you.
That would have been really fun.
Taking a bite out of you. That's an 18 to hit
That'll hit.
I'm starting to think I really
for
should
2 points of it's 2 points of piercing damage.
Great, my ward takes 2 points of damage.
It's in the elephant's turn.
Hold on, L. Just hold on for life.
Are you really gonna run me over, not the entire other group of people? You
There's a
big dog
wall in the way.
dirty.
Two. Hell, you were having to grab onto the edges. The elephant is charging full bore. It's gonna go ahead and make its gore attack at you using its trampling charge. I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
You got your bicycle back.
It's okay, I'm a wizard. I'm good at these.
Yeah.
I should have given.
It is a 25 to hit.
This is supposed to be a meme.
There's literally nothing I can do about that. I rolled a 14 on the die, so 13.
Hey, that's not bad.
It's only a -1.
Yeah.
It's not bad for
That
a
is
wizard.
pass.
What?
That's a pass, and I'm so sad. You are not trampled and knocked prone, giving me a free stomp. So you will only take, it is going to be, what's my math? That's 20 points of damage.
Great.
This is piercing damage, and it gores you with one of its tusks,
So I'm at
charging through.
30 health, I think.
Okay.
27 points of damage?
I think it's
20 points of damage.
Oh.
We're going to go to then the wolf's turn.
Okay, yeah. 30. Oh, wizard.
Let's go ahead.
No.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to have this one go to the next closest.
Oh,
All right.
pack tactics, bro.
Laurentius.
I was just telling him to hit me again. I was pack tactics.
That is a natural 20.
Yeah, that hits.
I wasn't asking. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
okay. I guess it's time to get serious. This isn't supposed to be a gag.
18 points of piercing damage and make me a strength saving throw.
Damn, that's a beefy wolf.
I'm sorry.
As these
guys.
wolves, guys, at this point, Silas, as the one bites into Thorn, you look at this wolf, its eyes are mad, foaming at the sides. This
That's
beast
an
is frenzied.
8 on my strength save.
Does this look like the
The
deer?
that I
It
tried.
does.
It was the deer that I said we
next
should trade to him.
is Meanie.
We should
What happens if I rolled an 8? So what happens? Do I?
You get knocked prone.
Okay.
That's all. My apologies. Thorn is knocked prone. That is a 19 to hit his Meanie. You don't have your reaction because you already used counterspell.
Yep.
For 9 points of piercing damage.
Great.
Make it to the strength saving throw for me.
12.
And then 12 is a pass. You are not knocked prone. Oh, 12 is a fail. You are knocked prone because it's not the
How much
elephant.
damage did you do? 19?
9 points of damage.
Oh. I'm just like, am I
You're just
dead?
adding tens here. You are knocked prone as meaning my apologies.
Yeah, we got it.
And finally, Gwynwyn. No advantage on yours, and that is a miss. Laurentius. That is going to be your turn, my friend.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, cool.
You got this?
I'm gonna cast. I'll spend 2 sorcery points. Cast as a bonus action. I'll cast Armor of Agathis at 2nd level. I'll gain some temp HP.
You see what looks to be scales of frost begin forming over your armor. Brilliant green ice.
And I'm gonna move in to help out Ismini.
Provoking.
I'm good.
No, I'll help
it'll
you
be,
out.
It'll be half to stand up because you should have been knocked prone.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll
I'm
just
leaving
move
next
closer.
turn.
Tell you what, I'll help out. I'll move in
miss.
to help out Gwynwyn then.
No.
If Ismini was yelling at me
Okay,
too.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good.
And then action. Can I see Fuckboy here?
He's going to have quite a bit of cover because you're shooting like through an elephant's legs. It's
Fine.
fighting.
Yeah, I'll take my 2 shots at him.
Go for it. He's so hurt. Make a charisma saving throw before you tell me if those hit.
I have to do it every time.
It's
Wow.
every time.
Well, they both miss.
Oh.
I'm assuming.
All right, his AC's only going to be 16.
Does a 16 pass?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got +8.
Neither of those were above AC 16 for your attacks?
No, they're both 4s.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
12.
Okay. That'll then be Ililia. Elle, you're on top of this raging elephant.
Is the elephant also foaming at the mouth?
Kind of looking down. The elephant looking at this creature. Doesn't seem to be doing the same thing the others are.
Elephants? Were elephants are like trained creatures.
They are like
I
trained
think that's like
creatures.
fair for anyone to know, like if they know what a war elephant is. Can I attempt an animal handling check?
You want to try to
perhaps?
calm down the raging beast?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I wish I had a bicycle. I'm not good at these. Need to stop doing all these things that I'm not good at, like
No,
survival
this
and animal
one is
handling.
The one you can feel it in your heart.
Wisdom is
20.
not my forte. It's an 18.
I'm not gonna help you get higher. Than
As you try to, you reach down trying to grab one of the, like,
Just
there's
wait.
these massive, they're leather, but they're bolted, they have repeated these big iron pieces in this. As you pull back, you realize something. As you're trying to stop this creature, trying to command it, and it's not listening to you, this was dancing and marching just seconds ago to the Nilbog's control.
So even though it's not foaming at the mouth,
It's not foaming in the mouth.
it's under the control.
It's not foaming in the mouth. It's too big.
Or it's under a specific
Or
spell.
not yet.
It's too big.
These are all excellent theories.
I am going to. I don't think I can do much good from the elephant, in all fairness. So I still have my action, bonus action, right? So I'm going to bonus action weapon burst.
What is your element?
I'm going to do fire. I'm very interested to see if I see that same effect from before.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's your improved weapon burst that you
Oh,
selected
okay,
at 5th
cool.
level. That's
Oh.
all.
Okay, I didn't know if it's something to do with the Phoenix.
No,
Feather.
we're
Okay.
flavoring it like it's you've overcome adversity,
Can
but
I change it then? Is that okay?
sure, what are you trying to do?
Thunder.
Oh, okay. A shimmering, like the air around it just pulsating.
Cool. Gonna hop down,
Okay.
Oh, good. Space for me.
and I'm going to move over.
How are you gonna get up there?
I'm
Magic.
facing the wrong direction.
Sure.
This is done.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Sure.
That's why I said I'm good.
I think she's going to stab me.
You're gonna try.
Not good. No,
The elephant does not take an attack of opportunity.
I don't. It's a 7 does not pass, or a
How are you
8.
rolling nothing on these charisma saves? You will spend your action praising the Nilbog.
What do you say in his honor?
Tell me what you say in his honor. Jake has a good point.
Look at how cute he is.
Amanda's ready for something, apparently.
I
Takes acid damage. It's sort of my
tolerate your pink robe.
That's so big.
Yes. He just fought
Oh
off
my
these-
gosh, I'm gonna have to waste. Okay. As Elle continues to praise the Nilbog, roll that first damage.
It is 7 points.
You watch as he has to hold up the rod once more, which immediately falls inert, just floppy and sad. And the Nilbog's ability. Now he does regain a little bit of health. Oh my god, that's one.
This is your fault, Connor.
How is it Connor's fault?
It's always
Right now, does he
my fault.
have only partial cover
Roger,
for
there's
me?
a little blue pill.
Connor,
Am I
am I
saving?
picking on you?
Yes, he only has
No.
partial cover, which you ignore.
I'm
I get
just
to ignore that.
hilarious.
All right, I'm lobbing a firebolt at him.
Okay, make a charisma saving throw.
That is a 13.
That is a pass. It's funny,
She
guys.
wants you dead.
I'm going to burn
I've
you.
been getting burned all session by Gwynwyn.
That's a 27 to hit.
Damn.
It's gonna be like a 19, right?
It was a 16. I had plus 9.
Are you?
Oh, sorry, 25. Sorry, 25.
25. Okay.
You have a plus
You
9?
have this
I have
hard.
plus 9 to hit.
How do we get one of those?
Dedication.
Once again, I think that she's missed.
How do you have a plus 9?
How do you have a plus 9?
Proficiency bonus is plus 3, plus 5 from my int bonus, and then plus 1 from my magic.
You have an infusion for it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
I was
yes.
like, give me that loot.
Right.
all right.
I was like, what is Connor's secret?
14, 19.
Plus 5. Yeah, you got them there too.
19 points of fire damage.
I have some excellent news.
Burns.
As the elephant begins rearing up once more, turning now to go protect the creature ensorceling it, a bolt of flame hits the Nilbog, and as it crumples to the ground, you watch the pink robes lose their color as he collapses onto the ground. The Nilbog down. The elephant begins to calm, but it appears here that the wolves themselves are still frenzied.
Froggy's okay though? Froggy's still?
Froggy.
Great.
That doesn't Does that mean the frog is chill? Or,
Yeah. I speak frog.
or does it mean it's
You
the
speak frog?
same?
You'll
Anything
find
else,
out next
Gwynwyn?
turn.
That's my turn.
Silas, it's your turn, and it looks like there's just the wolves left. He calls out,
Oh, the goblin's gone. Now we can defeat the rest of the wolves and save my friend.
Do I stay and protect him?
No.
I
just
need
gave
no
them
protection.
8
The
EC.
Primrose, it's fine.
Okay.
If you're hurt, I'll protect you and heal you up.
Hey, that kind of night.
You said you're good.
I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just move one square closer to the other wolf.
Oh my god.
I don't have to make a save to hit him, do I?
you don't. Dude.
The first is an
Ways
8.
to protect itself.
First is an 8.
An 8 is a miss.
Second attack. Ooh, it was close to being something better. 12.
12 is a miss. I'm so sorry. Those were some bad rolls.
That's
Bringing
fine.
back the Jake of yesteryear.
I am gonna action charge because you know what? At this point, I have
Absolutely.
to do something relevant.
Swing 2 more times.
Ah,
There it is.
Nice.
What is
that
that?
one was actually a natural 20.
Oh, whoa, that damage.
So let's see.
This one is, by the way, that one there is. Oh, no, you switch targets. Okay.
Yeah, it's not the one that's already there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No. But let's see. 9, 14. Oh, not 14. Sorry. That is plus 3, 16.
16 points of damage. That wolf is past bloodied immediately.
With the crusher feet, whenever I crit.
You also have one more swing.
Yeah.
Oh, you
and
need
I have
crit.
advantage on it.
Yes.
Crusher feet. I love that
Crit,
thing.
crit.
Oh, so close.
Oh, is that a 19?
19 and an 18.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, roll that damage.
That is 7 more damage.
7 more points of damage as you crack down on the dwarf. You watch as the wolf it crumples in a heap.
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal. Awesome. Okay, Silas with that. It's gonna then be Ismini's turn unless you have movement for me.
Can I use the rest of my movement just to get next to... I'm going to get next to Thorn and go ahead and swap places with him so he gets an AC bonus. Sorry, Gwini. You're a little far away.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Thorn.
Ismini. With the Nilbog dead, there is this massive frog looking up at you.
Down at me. I'm on the floor. The wizard's laid out in the dirt right now.
What are you doing?
People are
Ismini?
eye level.
I was considering Misty stepping onto the back of the elephant, and since I don't know what else to do, I'm just gonna do that.
Fair.
And then,
Suddenly appear atop this. There's a huge vantage point.
and I'm gonna shoot a chill touch down at the wolf.
The one, which one?
The one that's right there by me, where
Okay.
I was. $15.
15 is a hit.
Wow! It'll be 2d8 necrotic damage. Oh, the target of my hex died.
Yes.
With my hex, thank you.
That's fine. We'll remember in the future. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember things.
This is why you don't cast spells.
18 damage.
18 points of damage on that wolf. That wolf is instantly on death's door.
It was 6, 7, 5.
Great.
Nice.
Anything else in your turn? I believe it's going to be it unless you're
That was
jumping on.
action and bonus action. I'm not getting down from here. I'm safe.
Sick nerf is out. It's going to be the wolves, and then we're going to get really close here to the end. That's going to be the one next to our dear Gwynwyn. I am going to bite you, Gwynwyn.
That's
fair.
fair for the frog.
Oh, let me determine this other one first. Who is the closest enemy I can attack?
Either me or Silas.
I'm going to go ahead and bite you.
Yes, it didn't attack the frog.
Thorn. 17.
You have plus 2 to your
That's
AC.
exactly my AC right now.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I tried this time. For once.
You take 13 points of piercing damage.
It takes 10 points of cold damage from.
Oh!
whatever
It
that
sinks
is.
its teeth into you. And the chilling effect as this green crystalline ice shatters and the wolf goes down. The other wolf is going to bite Gwynwyn. Natural one.
Woo!
All right. Laurentius? You took
My
a
turn.
solid 3 points of damage last turn.
Yeah. Can I move around to get to the wolf that's next to Gwynwyn?
Yep. Do you want to flank with Silas instead?
Sure, yeah. That'll work. And I'll swang with my
Is this our
scimitar.
first Hexblade swing?
It's not Hexblade, but it is with a scimitar.
Oh, what I mean is, first, isn't this your first melee attack? Using,
Yeah, can I use my bonus action to move my hex to that one?
Yep.
Cool. And then I'll swing with the scimitar.
That's huge, man.
Advantage for
Advantage.
flanking.
Oh, advantage.
That's good, because that was a bad roll, it looked like.
It was a 12.
Double digits. That's
That
a
was
bad
better.
roll.
You gonna mark that down?
I will.
Was that a natty one?
It was
That is,
that
it's a
one.
math 20 though with the advantage.
Math 20 is a hit.
I made a mistake then. It is a bonus action. I couldn't have moved my hex.
Ah.
Misty steps.
Because I missed these.
It's okay. We're gonna make these mistakes, and also, it was massively overkilled.
Okay.
Poor thing. You killed him?
He killed it.
Oh. Oh yeah.
It's 6 points of slashing and 4 points of thunder damage.
And with that, the last of these frenzied creatures
Plus whatever.
are taken out of the battle. This massive elephant and this large amphibious creature appear to be acting relatively normal as it begins hopping over towards its happy friend, who begins slowly you see Foland and the frog hopping towards each other. He's so happy.
Finally, we are reunited.
I think we're gonna end our session here for the week.
Thank you. Dear
Oh gosh,
Happy
it's very rare that I get to do such a silly encounter. But way to go, everybody!
Good job,
Silly.
Pickin, too. I
You
know.
bored her half to
There
death.
are so many things going on here. We're gonna have to talk about Nilbogs this week on the footnotes this Sunday here
So-
with Clella.
Amazing thing to throw up.
I have my own little thing because I've been keeping track of nat 20s and nat 1s. So the top nat 1s is L this session. So round of applause for L.
Jake, hand over your
were you
crown.
tracking me?
No, I wasn't
Oh,
tracking
okay.
you because I don't
would
know.
have only been at 2 or 3.
Yeah, because I don't know.
That's
So
okay.
You don't always
7.
announce yours.
I don't always
Um,
announce mine.
Jake already handed over the crown.
The natural 20s top for the session.
It wasn't me.
It's gonna go to me.
No, see, are we sure the record keeper was like unbiased?
It's like the banker in Monopoly.
I had
Don't
2
call it
nat
that
20s.
much.
Who had more?
We have a lot of stuff we're going to talk about this weekend on Footnotes. We have so much content coming here in the future. I want to take a moment and thank all of our wonderful fans here, wonderful people who join us here in chat and helped us out. Those Twitch subs, each one means so much to us. Can't wait to see you this Sunday. And also, next week, we're going to continue our adventure here in the Bulwark.
I'm so excited.
I hope to see you there.
When would
We
we burn
need to-
then?
Or we could talk more with our froggy friend.
Guys,
Yeah.
there's something ain't right in the Bulwark.
Is it Gwenny and is she actually evil? With
When when's it?
fire
Find out
of
next
death.
time.
Oh god. What is that face?
You're in a forest and Gwynwyn is made of fire.
Oh, these boots were made for burning.
I have learned a new fire spell.
I didn't prep mine.
Okay.
We can take
Well,
a long rest.
Thank you all so much. We'll see you very soon and have a great night. Enjoy your adventures while we're away. Bye, everyone.